So I sold 700,000, but they also they spiked to like a cent and a half or something.
Well, you were a millionaire for a second there. So.
Yeah, it was fun to have. I mean, I have billions of Ether, so I'm still a billionaire.
Yeah, well, remember? Did you buy like a billion weed token too? Remember that? Or the that trash token was on Wax?
Yeah, like meme coins or some dumb shit.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So I'm trying to put this in context here because to catch me up over the weekend's events, because all I saw was disjointed things talking about people getting real spicy on the Crypto Enjoyer interview for BDAO stream. Then apparently someone insulting Burst's mom or something. and then at some point BDAO maybe coming on the Neon stream and apologizing. This is all through just Discord, like we're catching up on Discord and multiple servers. So I was like, what the hell happened?
I don't think BDAO needed to apologize really as much as like we were salty about like the salt came from BDAO.
Did not apologize for the record.
He also didn't really, he wasn't apologizing and he didn't owe an apology. But what it was he had on, I think, Crypto Enjoyer on his chat like to like interview him, and we were like against him giving a platform to somebody who is a like, you know, admitted and known like bot farmer who has, you know, a record of lying to creators in the effort to like make them make their product more potable, and that he like actively pulls values out of independent communities and harms them and tears them apart.
Yeah, that's a tough one to navigate if you're interviewing him on whether or not, like, are you going to fight the issue or do you just sit there and let him just spout off?
Not only that, but like we were like, even if you do, like, just giving him a platform is irresponsible because he's just going to lie through his teeth because he has a track record of lying through his teeth.
He already did that to me directly in our community. He told me I was like fucking him over. He's told me I was fucking over the European community when he was just trying to make it easier for himself to multi-account. So he's known, like, I know from first-hand experience, he will lie to your face to make it easier to exploit your system. And BDA's whole thing is like, oh, he can educate us on how it's easier to stop botters. And I'm like, that's not in his best interest. He's not going to do that. I know that firsthand. And I reached out to BDAO privately and told him that I thought it was a bad idea. But I don't know. BDAO can have who he wants on a stream, and
yeah, exactly.
I even feel weird.
We were just kind of like, we don't
got shit from it from a ton of people, and I don't know. It's like you don't want to. I don't like being attacked by communities because they disagree with my opinion. So I don't know. Should openly state I don't think you all should go talk shit to BDAO because I don't know. Just don't watch his stream if you don't like his guests. That's what I said last time, and I stand by that. And that's what I did. I didn't watch his stream. I popped in to let him know that I was like, I'm not going to watch his stream because Crypto Enjoyer is a shithead. And then that got me a bunch of dicks. People are like, why didn't you watch the interview? It's like, because I don't need to watch the interview. Like, I literally said what he's going to say, and then everybody said he said exactly that. I was like, I know his mantra. I've talked to him for multiple hours in multiple Discords. He's a shithead, and he has, like, unrealistic views on how botting helps Wax, and that's all he talked about. So
yeah, it's not really all or nothing, too. I mean, it's just like, I'll just pop in on an interview day when they interview someone I want to watch. There you go.
Yeah, he came in here and suggested that, if you're running 2 tabs at the same time to like play a click farm game, that's the same thing as him running a massive bot farm. And then he called Burst's mom a multi-accounter.
That's the insulting Burst mom.
Wasn't that Crypto Enjoyer? That was like...
No, you're not even reporting accurate information here. That wasn't
okay. Then
Crypto Enjoyer or Max doesn't know what he's talking about. Max is not even in that.
Who was the person that came in and suggested that like running 2 tabs is the same thing as bot farming?
That was somebody else in BDO's community.
Oh yeah. Well, okay.
I think it was like Slappy Stinkfinger, but I don't know. I thought
that's what it was. Yep.
And they ended up apologizing to me, so I don't have beef with that person either. Like, I went in BDO chat for a couple hours and they aired it out with their whole community, just like, hey, why are you guys coming to my stream and calling me an asshole? And then just explain my point of view. And they're like, okay, because they didn't understand my point of view. They didn't know that I talked to BDO privately or that I've talked to Crypto Enjoyer for hours. So they thought I'd just being an asshole. But it's like,
yeah,
no,
they thought you're just causing a stink out of nowhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like
I talked to BDAO for like an hour straight privately before that too. So like they didn't catch that. They only caught me being an asshole to the 2 posts on the stream. But it's like,
oh man, yeah, I'm not trying to stir the pot. I was just kind of curious because I was getting bits and pieces. I was trying to fill in the blanks here.
Yeah, somebody said that Burst is multi-accounting and pretending to be his own mom, and then like I don't know, people were harassing Burst's mom in BDO stream as well. I guess so. Burst was not cool with that. Yeah, but that person ended up apologizing for that too. So I don't know. pretty much all that got apologized.
The beef
for.
was squashed, but there was
yeah.
a lot of like spice for.
I mean, I'm glad it ended up on a positive note. That people be like, hey, you know, now they know all the facts. You know, I apologize, that kind of thing.
The only guy I have a little beef with is physics in there, because physics just called me a douchebag, and I was like, yeah, I don't know, personal attacks aren't cool, man. But I did learn that's the guy who invented Marble Mafia. Like, somebody, I was like, I don't know, somebody posted that thing, and they're like, he's like, yeah, I'm the one that was like came into your stream and said Marble Mafia. I'm like, oh, so you're an insane person, because
oh, okay.
I was like, that's what I took away from that experience. That you were
like, oh, this guy just talks mad shit about nothing that he has no idea what he's talking about. So if he's gonna call me a douchebag, like, that means nothing, because he also thinks we're the Marble Mafia. So
yeah, you come here on the day of my Twitch stream.
He's the Don of the Marble Mafia.
See, I very much take anything he says as not serious anymore. I don't know. There's people. He's kind of like, I didn't know who he was in the community. He's kind of like Charlie and the guy that made Bonds freak out. Said "Have fun staying poor." Where like, I don't know. Yeah. He just likes to get people riled up.
He just likes to stir the pot. It is fun to like get riled up. I mean, I had a blast. This was an insane week too. I mean, I need like this last couple like 4 or 5 days. Oof, with that whole bridge collapse, with everything like. Yeah,
I found it annoying personally because they were attacking my character privately behind my back, so I had to go fucking defend myself for multiple hours. But you not participating at all and seeing it from the sidelines might have been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, particularly since, you know, as the brand grows too, like trying to protect your perception in this space is important too. I mean, reputation is pretty huge in a space like this.
Yeah.
I just don't like people talking shit, and somebody screenshotted them talking shit. They're like, yeah, Neon Space said this, and I was like, that's not what we said. Go fuck yourself. And then we hashed it out. It ended up being okay. As I said, the only person who didn't really apologize was being a complete asshole is that physics guy, but then he's just like people in that server are like, half of us have blocked this guy because he like will DM you challenging you to a fight, like a fist fight. He's like, he's a crazy person, so it's like,
yeah,
he'll make you a challenge you can't refuse.
Yeah, there's a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands and a lot of pent up anger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do some unpacking, Vex or Vecus.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm excited to see that too. These packs have quite a few NFTs in them.
It didn't snap up as quickly as I thought, but you know, it sold out in like less than an hour. I think it was like maybe 30-40 minutes maybe.
Nice. So you could get one, anyone who was like trying to get one.
But the thing that I need to understand more is that, to my understanding, I was just perusing through the Discord, but like the Music Mogul one is that they were planning to do like multiple sales for multiple genres of music, and those sales are, I thought they had said, are coming up like in the next couple months. So they're going to do like multiple new sales over the course of like 2 months. I don't know if they're still the same like sizes, if it'll be like another 5,000 each time or what, but that seems like a lot to introduce to the market at this point. But honestly, there isn't a lot of information out there, so I guess we'll have to see.
I haven't heard that at all, but I also wasn't reading the Discord this morning, so maybe they disclosed information that I hadn't read. But as of yesterday, there's been no other sales announced, even though it just speculated because it says it was the first sale. Like, it literally says this will be the first sale. So you generally don't say it's the first sale if there's not going to be a second sale. Like, you don't say first if you're not anticipating other ones.
Here, I'll find it. The
it first and only sale.
It was one of the mods saying it. I'll get back to you.
So that was my speculation. I said that in their Discord yesterday. I was like, yeah, this is the first sale, and they're probably going to be more sales for other genres, but I don't know if that's like, you know, firmly confirmed by anybody. I also think like, yeah, there's a lot of mints, but you need to blend 700 cards to get from common to legendary.
It is true.
So, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that many if people are actually blending. And like, I don't know, if you think about how much whales spent to get legendaries and blockchain brawlers, they were spending like, you know, $5,000-$6,000 a piece on those. So if they do the same thing to blend up all the cards for fucking Music Mogul, then I could see that mint structure not being that ridiculous personally.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of apples and oranges in a certain way to compare blockchain brawlers to this, even though my mind wants to do that.
I mean, look at the money they raised. It's not even close to what they raised for blockchain brawlers. Blockchain brawlers raised multiple $1 million. This sale is if it sold out.
Well, I just mean the nature of the game too, just the nature of how you play and how it's structured.
You're talking about doing too many sales in the mint and stuff, but like, just look at the money that is entering the market. It's less money than they sold blockchain brawler stuff for.
Yeah.
which is how I would look at it. The thing that I would actually be worried about is like every single person from Blockchain Brawlers is now into this game, so like they're splitting the liquidity of their buyers basically. Like people are going to spend less money on Blockchain Brawlers now because they're all FOMOing on this new game. So I don't know if they have as big of an audience to be able to like just keep launching games. Like it's the same. If you looked in the Discord, all of the people that are active in the Blockchain Brawlers Discord are active in the new one. So it's like kind of seems like the same couple hundred people that are mainly going to be aping into both games. And at some point, I think those people will stop aping into Wax Studios games. Like they need to attract other people, not just the same crowd on Wax.
Yeah.
That would be my bigger worry than like the mint structure and stuff.
I haven't really looked into the mint structure. I am excited to see what opens up out of these packs and how that goes.
You can do the math really quick. There's 25 cards in each pack, and there's 5,500 packs. So that's like 180,000 or something cards, which is just way different than Blockchain Brawlers. But again, it takes 700 cards to get from common to legendary. So it's gonna like a lot of those cards are gonna be burned, and yeah, I don't know. Like the same 750 people that bought into the first sale for Blockchain Brawlers, if they're doing their blends, could easily spend that much money buying into packs on Music Mogul. I don't know any Solana swaps, to be honest. I don't use Solana. I don't know if Max knows. And no, we're not going to be buying Landbox Black Fang. I know that was probably a joke, but we will say it publicly. Not a fan of Nick and Gnomes. Not a fan of Landbox. No City. I think Monster Fight is his other game. Not buying in any of those projects.
It looks kind of underwhelming to me too. Like the visuals are kind of like kind of just looks like reskin Minecraft, and I don't know. It just seems like kind of half baked and
a blatant ripoff of the game called Sandbox. It's literally named after it. Go play Sandbox if you want to play that game. Sandbox is actually built. There's like you can fight enemies and stuff. It's a real fucking game. This is just like the trailer is just assets dancing in like pre-bought Unity fucking environments. Like that's not a game. That's a fucking shill.
All right, so for this Music Mogul thing, I found what I was reading. So I mean, it seems like they're being very vague as far as the next sales. They're like, oh, we'll just announce it when it comes up. But one of the mods was saying that they plan to release 4 genres over the course of 2 months. But that's from like a mod, so I guess take it with a grain of salt. Most of it's just like wait and see. So I guess just that was what I was basing my assumption on.
I like that splitting it into genres thing, and I'm a fan of pop music, so I'm stoked to get this pop genre one.
I'm excited for the rock pack whenever that comes out. Fun.
Yeah, the rock one would be good. Classic rock would be a good one. It's my
fictional characters. I don't think there's gonna be a huge difference between classic rock and traditional rock.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. But I feel like the fictional characters will definitely be like, you know, referencing like real or at least influenced by.
Yeah, I think they were saying that it's about a 3-month turnaround on when like the game will be fully playable. So I'd imagine it's just blending for the time being in that 3-month time frame, at least from what I had read.
Yeah, 20k packs, maybe. Yeah, if they all have the same amount of packs.
If it's 4 genres, 5,000 each. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I guess not
quite a few, but who got some to give away?
So it looks like these are flippable for $5 more than people paid for them already.
Profit, baby. Stack that cash.
That dollar bill, y'all.
And they're selling like a lot of them. Every minute they're selling. Actually, not every minute, every couple minutes. None have been burned yet. When does the pack opening go live for this?
1 o'clock.
Oh, hell yeah, we can do it on stream. Well, fuck it. Let's do a... Before we get too into tech talk, let's just give away one of these packs.
Yeah, it does
We're
seem
Wax
like
Ambassadors. We have packs to give away. So we'll give away one on the stream.
Yeah, and then you can open it when it... oh, right. Never mind. I was going to say when it opens in a minute, but you won't have it.
25 minutes.
They usually don't get sent till after the stream, though.
Oh, true.
Send it midstream for this special occasion.
I guess, yeah, this one is kind of one that's worth sending right away. You can open it when the opening goes live.
And then I guess the crafting and the blending goes live at the same time.
I'm excited.
Okay,
I want a fucking legendary. They're so rare, but it'd be fucking super sick if you pull a legendary.
Yeah, there's a lot of commons, but it makes sense with like the heavy blending.
Yeah.
The thing I'm excited about this is like not a lot of games do this very well. It's mainly collectibles, but there's like, I don't know, like 10, 15 characters, and the only way you can blend up is if you have duplicates of the same character. So even though you're pulling 80% commons, you're going to pull a bunch of different characters. So if you want to blend, you're going to have to go into the trade chat and trade with people to trade for your character. And like, I don't know, that's something that's fun about like completing royalty sets with Funko and stuff, is like going into the chats, and that is the game, is like interacting with other people to get the cards you need. And that's gonna be way bigger in this game than any other game I've played, because like the blending is pretty much huge. Like you need to blend, but you need to get all the same characters. So I think that's, personally, I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if everybody's into trading, but I have fun like going into the Dr. Crispy's chat when like the Funko drops happen, and like being like, okay, I'm missing this one, this one, and this rarity, and this one, and this one, and this rarity, and like, I don't know, people are going to pick their character. They're like, okay, I want to blend this character. So then they have to like get rid of their other ones and get that guy. And like certain people are going to get attached to certain characters. And I personally have a character that I want to level up. So I looked at all the artwork, and I'm going to pick the guy that I like. So I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah, Mono Suerte, like I posted the Medium article, but there isn't a lot to go off of. I mean, essentially, I think all that's really public is that you have these packs, you have characters, you blend duplicate characters into higher rarities. You try to build like a roster. The higher level your roster, you accumulate points on some sort of leaderboard, and there's some crafting mechanisms. I think that's the only case right now, with more to develop over the next 90 days or so. It's basically all the information that I'm aware of, but I linked the Medium article just in case.
I'm gonna do the marble intro. It gets loud, so turn on your volume, and let's go.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Exclamation mark play if you want to join the giveaway. And we don't give prizes to people with 0 bot in their Wax wallets. And we check Wax Detector for multi-counters, and we will ban you. So don't do that.
Yeah, it does seem like there'll be a good market. I mean, once these crafting mechanisms open, I'm sure the aftermarket will start to really take off. But it does seem like it does encourage a lot more trading, like you're saying. So I think,
yeah, I'm excited to chop it up.
That level of engagement is what makes the community super fun, to try and connect with other people in that way. That's why I like Drop Day with our own collection, and just it makes it kind of fun to be able to trade back and forth. I'd rather trade with someone than buy something on the aftermarket,
Yeah, same. That is gonna be fun.
Add my wallet, booboo.wam. Yeah, the game's not going to be out for a minute too, so anybody expecting instant gameplay is going to be disappointed. But
how's
there's the blending mechanics, and then the trading. I think that's what's going to kind of like keep the.
Oh, this has got to be a troll. This has got to be a troll.
Yeah, I literally just said that out loud.
Oh, sorry, I was reading.
That's someone from Atomic Kings, Black Fang.
Well, I went to, my business partner got married over the weekend. That was fun. So,
oh, nice.
Went out to middle of nowhere, Central Washington. Got married on a lake, so that was a good time. Crushed it on the grill. So.
Oh yeah, you're a grill master.
Yeah. Well, my business partner wanted to do it himself, but I was like, because he's like a very, very, very low maintenance dude. So I think he's just like, he and his fiance, now wife, are just like, yeah, it'll just be like, it'll be like super simple. We'll just sign some paperwork. Her brother-in-law is like an officiant. It's like, we got to do something. So he was trying to just like work his whole wedding. I was just like, dude, like just sit there and just let people come and kiss the ring. I'll cook food for everyone.
Nice. And
yeah, it was good. It was very straightforward. But yeah, like Soap Lake's like an interesting area because it's like it's a really tiny town, but it's was like popularized like post World War I, post World War II, because like the minerality in the water, the mud and the sediment is supposed to be like really good for your skin. So there's a lot of people like post-war with like amputation injuries and stuff like that would go to Sub Lake, and like the water and the mud was supposed to like help with some of the healing process, and so it kind of grew into this little like hippie resort town. So he has family that lives there, but the history of it.
Yeah, that sounds like a nice spot though.
Congrats. I don't know
how.
Damn,
dude, inadequate mass. I'm sorry.
Congrats though. That's a pretty good fucking win. That's a $75 pack.
Yeah. I still get even though I know wax is like 10 cents, but I look at the prices like, man, 100 wax for that drop? What the fuck? Even though it's like $10. Yeah. I have to I always kind of look at wax like it's like 50 cents or $1, no matter what the price is. I was just thinking that way. So then I'm like, oh damn, 750 wax for this damn thing.
Right.
I bought it with USDT, so it didn't feel quite as bad.
Yeah, that's true. Man, people are going hard though. Those blockchain brawlers players, they wheel hard. I mean, there's a lot of those people are buying like 20, 30 packs. So like, damn, dude, that's some serious shit.
I mean, a lot of those players made a decent, like, you can make good ass ROI on the last one. Why wouldn't you go hard?
Yeah, if you were there from the beginning, I mean, like Lou said, he got his ROI back on blockchain brawlers in a day.
So fucking one, dude. Lewis got his ROI.
If you were one of a similar person, or you say one of the people who had a legendary, you've been stacking cash for a while now. Yeah, we have 10 to give away, so there'll be more opportunities.
Congrats, dude. That's a good one to win.
To get one.
And Lewis might even make the effort to send it midstream so you can open it.
I'm gonna
right at opening.
Now. We'll probably only give away one for now, but we'll be giving away more.
I mean, if the ROI calculations come out and are like really high, I imagine the price of the packs on the aftermarket will just like explode. But
yeah, well, there's no token yet.
Now,
from what I understand, they will introduce a token, but that has not been implemented yet. So I guess your only point right now, obviously on drop day, would be to like rip packs and sell things, or like a flip pack or whatever. But
you can play for free. I mean, that's what I would do.
That's why the pack's just $5 over.
We'll kind of see as I mean, if the crafting goes live here at 1 o'clock, I'd imagine the token's not far off to follow.
I'm not sure. Is it mint on demand?
The game's supposed to come out for a couple of months.
I don't know if it's mint on demand.
It's some pre-minted, some mint on demand.
Oh, it's a mix. That's fun.
And let's see. This wallet has a 666 card and is holding Neon Space stuff. You have mint 1 of the community pack? Hell yeah. You are definitely getting this prize.
You're definitely.
He's actually definitely a real collector. It's not like a
I have a $666 card
bought
as well.
And like $200 sold. For these prizes, I am a little bit more like, yeah, it's not just $0. Like if your account has like 50 cents bought and $200 sold, then I'm probably not going to send it, because we have to send every pack we send to the wax team, and I'm not trying to show them that we're sending fucking packs to shitters that flip their stuff. But you can do whatever you want with it, but I would appreciate it if you opened it. All right. I'm sending that pack over, so you should be able to open it in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna swear to. I kind of agree with that too. With the amount of NFTs in the packs, I'm like cool with the. I'm more interested in this kind of like thing where it's like if I'm spending $75, I like that I'm getting like 25 NFTs.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. I spent $425 on the Blockchain Brawlers packs, and I just pulled 3 commons.
Yeah, exactly. I really like the big pack experience.
Yeah, you only got to like drum roll 3 times to see if you can rip something good. Yeah, I'm hoping there'll be more information that comes out. That there's just like not a lot to go off of.
We also only have 2 days left in the Marble season after today. So season 10 wrapping up. Then starting July 1st, we'll start our next season, and we'll have to make some Marble trophies for whoever wins.
I love this. The mint one is my most prized possession.
Yeah, I saw Crypto Enjoyer landed like at least 50 packs.
Awesome.
Guys doing lots of good stuff for the wax space.
Shout out to his family.
Did anybody get into the brony drop? The My Little Pony?
Oh, woof.
Brony? No, what was that?
There's like a My Little Pony Funko.
My Little Pony Funko drop happened today.
Oh,
I'm cautiously intrigued what the physical redeemables will look like. They'd be kind of cool if they're. I'm not a My Little Pony guy at all, but if they were like glow in the dark, that'd be kind of cool.
there is a very like active community of My Little Pony fans. I hear.
Oh, here it is.
Bronies, that's hilarious, right? The bronies.
Well, it's sold out, so
I don't know if they're like the type of
These are what the
community
physical
that
redeemables look like.
no, that's pretty dope.
freaky.
No, I'm not a huge fan of
The
that.
animations on these are always pretty solid. Like they do a good job at making.
pot pie.
It's just the Funko style sometimes makes characters look weird, like the
That like flame looking one's kind of cool, yeah. Sunset Shimmer.
Now let's see what the Grail is.
I do like that they do animation loops too, which is like it's the way to do it. Oh, that one's pretty great.
Let's see what the packs are selling for. I think that's like drop price, right? Don't they sell for $15? Is this lower than drop price? Or is it 10?
It's 10 and 30.
So it's up a couple bucks from drop price. What's the other pack called?
You could still get them then, basically drop price-ish if you wanted to, right?
It's $34 and $13, so it's like a couple dollars more than drop price. Anyway, we're gonna give away this Sune Extreme promo. It's from our friend Valor and Vellum. And you can blend these with their previous drop, the commons, play through the Paint series, Stakeable and Wombat Dungeon, all that jazz. We didn't even talk about, we pulled our collection from Our Planet. I feel like that's probably important news to talk about.
Yeah, Our Planet had a Q&A where they answered a bunch of questions, and some of the questions we had were about what happens, after the mining period ends here. And it sounds like they're gonna they don't have a plan for anything to make value.
Also, my
for sticking
question,
to the
nobody else
collection.
fucking answered what would happen to the collections after this mining period is like, don't people care about this? They're just like, yeah, they'll just stop mining Aether. I'm like, that's your exclusive answer? Then fuck
Yeah,
that.
it's
I'm
Yeah,
okay.
so the whole partner collection idea just completely dies. Their like Our Planet Ambassador program dies. It just you're implementing all these things just to basically get rid of them. They also had like a miscommunication where they were saying that the partner collections would like the mining period would end when the RDAO auctions end was what they had said.
I was like, they mistyped that.
And then Terry came
Why do you
back and
fix
was like,
fucking
that was the
media then,
mistake.
bros?
And
Like,
actually, the mining period will end just when all that 1 trillion tokens are mined, which I guess is estimated to be about 2 to 3 weeks, I think, right?
That was my understanding of it.
But
too.
that's a pretty big flub on the communication. Like, it's a pretty simple question with a simple answer. It was just blatantly wrong. It wasn't like one word's missing. You just said it wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty over like rolling the
Is it good?
dice on Our Planet. They've kind of like over and over again shown that their moves always are at the expense of their player base. So
Also,
For
like,
those
there's all the
reasons, I'm
notice
out.
for the partner collections too. If I'll let the audio keep play through here. Exclamation mark play. If the mining period's ending in like, I think they said like 14 days or 17 days or something like that. There's not a lot of notice for the partner collections.
I mean, it's not ending in 12 days, they clarified.
yeah, it's like a month or something. Last time I was watching.
Oh, well, weren't you guys estimating like when the mine balance would complete? Was it about 30
I
days?
think Max said like 6 weeks when he was.
Oh,
estimating.
6
it was like
weeks.
6
Okay.
weeks, like over a week ago. So it's probably like 4 or 5 weeks.
There will be use
It
cases for
also-
Aether, but like it has nothing to do with supporting collections because they asked her like, what's going to be the use case for Aether after the RDAO auctions, and they're like, oh, when the game comes out, you'll be able to purchase like in-game heroes and shit with them, but it's like nothing that I hold 1.5 billion Aether. Like, there's no use case for that much Aether. So like, and they didn't say anything about vote for collections or giving collections utilities. I was like, I don't want to be caught bag holding a billion Ether when there's only enough use case for like individual players to buy stuff. Like, it doesn't make sense for us partner collections to be holding that much.
When there's a more clear utility for us to like build value for our collection with that like amount of value that we have for it now, then we'll definitely be able to like go back into it. But I feel like I'm gonna pull my Ether and then use it to find a better way to build value for the
Becky Hodler. So according to this AMA, the rigs would be available to in like a one-time burn event that you could basically similar to like the elements in this last phase that you basically burn your rig into a Ether once the A Ether miner period is over. But it's undetermined what the values would be. It's not like a 1-to-1, like 150 or 150. So that's still unclear, but they would basically let you in a one-time event burn it into a certain value of the Ether.
Yeah. It depends on what amount of value that is, but I'm trying to sell some of my rigs now too. How's the market for those rigs? You've listed some, right? Are they moving?
Not good.
Yeah, there's not a lot of buyers.
Not a lot of buyers at all.
Understandably so.
I sold like 3 rigs in the last 24 hours. I listed like 30 or 40. They still claim that RDAO is going to get a portion of profits, but at this point, that's not much. There's not a lot of money moving through their aftermarket.
Yeah.
No. I sold all my RDAO for a Ether to vote for my collection, and then they're gonna like make that not even possible anymore. So I don't need the Ether, and we're just trying to front run. Like as soon as the partner voting goes away, and there is no use for that, we speculate that most collections are gonna just dump billions of Ether on the market. It takes 30 days to unstake, so we're trying to beat the other collections personally, and we kind of recommend you do the same. So even if it doesn't end in 12 days, it should probably end in the next couple of months. And it's going to be a mad dash to sell that stuff once it happens.
Although I think they're still doing the liquidity pool incentives that if you still provide liquidity to the Wax Ether or Wax RDAO pairs.
Thank God we couldn't even exit our positions. Like,
yeah.
Let people try to get RDAO. Let me dump on them at least.
But there is a fixed amount of RDAO that they've put in for incentivizing that. So that pool will also run out eventually.
Yeah.
But
200 days left on that, though.
How many days did you say?
200 days.
200 days. Okay.
Yeah, 200. So that's at least a decent runway for some exit liquidity. But man, they keep doing this kind of shit where it's just like poorly thought out, really like
just like knee-jerk reactions. It feels
has nothing to do with like, you know, growing their like value or like uplifting their partnerships or anything like that every time.
They're just fucking firing from the hip and doing whatever they can to like maintain any sort of relevance on Wax, but they are not clearly planning stuff out. And I feel better talking about shit about our planet now that we're not in it anymore.
Yeah, they also like, I mean, that's a lot of value to like have stake to that collection for them to just straight up ignore our emailing them to add like.
They ignored my email for 2 months in a row about adding Blockchain Boulevard, and they like, not even like replying like, no, you can't do this, just absolutely ghosted me.
So you literally don't get anything for like putting up your side of the value proposition here. It's I'm
we're
okay
the ones
with
propping up their
exiting it as
token.
well.
We're buying it every single day and have been for months.
Yeah. I'm gonna start adding that liquidity into like Neon Wax instead, deepen our Neon liquidity pool.
So I don't know.
I'm not like that big a whale in that pool. I'm like under 20% of that total pool. I used to be like 100% of it back in when it started.
Our planet has boned me so many times. It feels good to just not be like half filling their shit from our project.
I know, and it's just it's such a grind to try and keep up. If I can just take that weight off my shoulders, it'll be very liberating. And it's really hard to tell what the future value of Ether is because I mean you have some indication on, you know, they finally released some of the crafting values for the land minerals for robots, which gives you some context now, but it's still kind of unclear how much Ether gets you what in the newer game at this point in time.
Yeah.
Our next giveaway is going to be for this Freddy Funko I think it's just a common. But I think this might have been like the these were like, it's not a set bonus, but it's like the bonus drop that people got for if you like hold specific NFTs, they airdrop you stuff. And I believe this was sent to us by Yamster. So thank you, Yamster. And we will be giving away this airdropped Freddy Funko.
Yeah, I still have the complete TMNT set in my wallet. That's pretty dope. That's like my guest collection set. Like I just won't sell those sets. That's just fun to have like full sets of.
Oh, I think they're sending the Star Trek physicals in July. That's actually coming up pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Shit, I think I still have one of those. I never fucking, or maybe I still. I can't remember. I might have fucking missed it.
I think the redemption window definitely closed.
You know what else happens in July? In regards to Wax tokenomics, is the Genesis block rewards stop.
Oh, interesting.
For like staked Wax.
I sold my thing. I kept a pack and I kept the actual NFTs, so I feel good about that.
Nice.
I will say the packs are. It's crazy. I bought it for $10 and it's worth $4 now, but it's worth 4 times the amount of Wax. So I'll probably sell that and hold the Wax.
That's probably not a bad idea, actually.
Exclamation point play if you want to join this common Funko giveaway. Not a My Little Pony, but it is Funko related.
I'm interested to see how that affects the Wax, like in general, when the Genesis block rewards stop.
Well, I don't think they reset; they just end, right?
They just end. That's it. They're done at that point. Like you'll still be making like passive.
Every time you claim them, they reset. So
yeah, but like the payout pool will be finished for those rewards entirely. Like,
so is there still staking rewards for Wax? Because the
Genesis
block rewards were in addition to, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's going to lower the APY considerably.
Oh, very considerably. It also dramatically lowers the inflation rate of Wax.
Yeah, I'm excited about it because I think it'll, like, that happening before the next bull run will probably make Wax pump even harder, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, and the pack opening starts in 2 minutes.
I'll open the pack.
Yeah, voter rewards only.
Yeah, that's for staked Wax on the Wax P blockchain. If you stake your Wax, and then vote for block producers, you earn passive, 5%. I think.
Isn't that also going to cause a bunch of people not to vote for blockchain producers? Like,
I mean, there's still the incentive. You still make that's still the only way to get like your cut of passive Wax for staking Wax, but it'll be like less. So yeah, possibly. I'm not sure how it plays out. We'll have to see. It's a free market, pretty much. The market will decide. I also don't feel like 5% inflation is like that crazy for an annual inflation rate for a utility token, but we'll see. It can always be voted on,
How much is burned through the market fee compared to generated through the rewards? I wonder if it'll become deflationary. That'd be wild.
Yeah, that's definitely the longer term. Like if Wax has a lot of NFT sales, like during the Alien or the Farmers World months, the Wax was absolutely deflationary because of the $8 million a day in transaction volume, causing a burns of like tens of thousands of dollars a day in Wax. The crazy part is if you did that now with the same amount of money value, but the price of Wax being so low, you'd get a shit ton of burning Wax. It's 20% of 2% gets burned out of circulation every Wax transaction. Yeah, for the Wax token, sales are much better than trades. That's for sure.
I like trades too, though. I don't know. Trades are fun.
I love trading.
Stuff. Like it feels like you're
part of collecting. Yeah,
back in middle school trading Pokemon cards or something. I like it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this like music game to trade where it's like, if you're trying to go for the one character and I'm going for a different one, I could be like, oh, yeah, I have like these guys from your character, trade for the ones from mine, and just fucking like look out for each other's like pieces and trade around. That shit's fun. Helps meet new people too who are also trying to trade.
The other prizes I'm going to send after the stream, but I did send the Music Mogul pack to Nathan.
Baggy Holder saying pack opening is live.
Yeah, I'll do it in a second.
It's almost go time here.
First, I'm going to simulate this, and then start another one, and then we can do some unpacking.
Yeah, stream opening this pack as well. Hopefully, get some of that stream RNG.
I show you all the cards at once.
Is it clear which ones are rarer or which ones aren't just by looking at them?
Yeah, there's stars on it for the rarity. 1 star is common, 5 stars is legendary.
Perfect. The video is nice. Toon's already like getting ahead. He's reading ahead, not waiting for the rest of the class.
Oh yeah, and then you guys were saying, just catching up, you guys were saying you talked to, what was it,
colors.
Waxdow or whatever, when you were on that nifty BC show?
Yeah, I actually really like what he was building. I'll show you that in a second too.
So that means you can create your own incentivized pools?
Yes. So you don't have to send out the Nifty
So we can
rewards
automate
manually.
the LP rewards. Paid
Yeah,
me
we
on
should
token.
we should be able to like basically incentivize a pool for Box X token, which is our liquidity token, and then be able to like fill the like reward pool ourselves using our Waxdow.
Oh,
But
interesting.
You know, it's
They
another
just
added
set
layer
up
of like
the platform for you. So did they just basically create the tools for people to do this, since there's so many incentivized pools in the space?
pretty much, yeah. It's like a front end for like creators to basically build their own
One part that
tokens, their
concerns me
own
is
stake
smart
pools.
contract security.
That's exactly what I was about to say too. It's just another added layer of potential point of failure or exploitation. If
Yeah, it's
you
still
know,
a little
if their
raw
pool
to me,
gets
smart
drained.
contract failure after the
Yeah.
Harmony stuff. So
Especially
we're,
like
we're definitely feeling the burn on smart contract failure
Yeah,
with
I do-
recent developments.
yeah, exactly. Like security breaches, when you expose yourself to multiple layers of smart contract, each one of those layers introduces a new point of failure. And while like the direct money market protocol didn't have any issues, or the blockchain we were on was fine, it was the bridge protocol on the Ethereum side that was exploited, and that was enough to lose us all our backing. It sucks.
Yeah, and it's
Should I open my
just
pack
a very it's a honeypot for hackers,
Yep.
because it's a bunch of value all in one place. You know, so it definitely, like, bridge tokens definitely are a nice easy target for hackers or exploiters.
Yeah, it's like a $200 million
Well,
wallet.
if you guys aren't going to answer, I'm going to open my pack.
Was
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
what did you say?
Who wants to open their pack first?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
open yours
yeah.
first, and then I'm going.
I think the
I'm
answer is you
Let
then.
me pull mine up. Let
I
me
got
pull
2
mine up
packs
too.
to open, but I'll open one now.
Oh,
You
yeah.
the music.
Oh, it does show them all at once. How many stars,
I
baby?
got 1
there you go.
2-star.
Oh, nice. Oh, I
Lots
see the
of
stars now.
commons. This is pretty brutal.
Oh, woof, yeah.
Damn, there's a lot
Yep,
of
all
commons.
commons and 1 fucking uncommon. What a shit.
Damn. Which character are you trying to go for? Or I guess.
don't
Does
think
the
I-
artwork, the character artwork change as it gets more rare, right?
Well, the colors change, it looks
Yeah,
like.
F's in the chat.
See, did I get a common Reed Phoenix? No, the artwork's the same, just the background changes. I don't think I even got the character. I was
Reed
trying to do,
Phoenix, bottom left there. If you
Yeah.
scroll all the way down, I thought.
Yeah,
I thought
I-
you had- yeah.
I pointed that out. It's the same artwork, is what I was saying.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I was saying I didn't get the character that I wanted, is what I'm saying.
Damn.
But I can always trade for him. Well, that pack sucked. Hopefully you guys do better.
Yeah. Let's see. Here, let me share. I'll share my screen. See how I do. For Mark's takes.
I'll say that one wasn't the one I paid for. That was the free one that I get for being an ambassador. Then my paid one hopefully will be better. That's all I'll put it in my head just to feel better about that. But yeah, we each got a free pack for being an ambassador, so I feel like we should disclose that. But I bought an additional pack because you do need to blend a shit ton of cards. So it's like And my other thing is I don't really feel comfortable shilling stuff I wouldn't buy. So like I wanted to buy into it as well as getting a free one. So I feel like it's unfair to promote like, hey, you buy this thing that I get for free.
Yeah, you have some
That's
skin
true,
in the
that's
game
true.
now. You know.
That's why it's just pretty dope. Holy shit, this was at 4 stars.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Pack,
Oh, and I see a blue one here.
Damn, a 3.
3-star.
Damn, you're crushing
Damn, dude. Yeah.
like
It's another. Is this
all over
another
again.
fucking 4 stars?
Jesus fucking Christ. What a pack. Oh my
Thanks for
God.
burning
Max
the
didn't even
shitty
buy a
RNG
pack,
for
but a
me.
dick.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a pack for sure at this point. Damn, dude, this pack fucked.
Damn. Is 4 the highest or is 5 the highest?
5's the highest. They're
Yeah.
super rare. It's like 0.02% or something.
Yeah, dude. So
Damn.
you
Like
got
15 lighters. I pulled all
1.5%.
maxed out like multiple legendaries.
Yeah, that's a
Hell
1.5% pull rate, and you got what 3 in there, 2?
2 of them, yeah. Let's
Damn.
go. Let's
Even the
go.
3 stars of 5%. Yeah, that's nuts.
Oh, and then there's that fucking the blue 3 stars. Got a couple 2 stars. All right. Not bad, not bad. I can dig that. Now if I go back to my
All right, well, shit, that's a tough act to follow, man. I'm scared to open my pack now.
you mythic,
Yeah, I
I was
don't
gonna
wanna
say
do
that's why I was trying to get in before you. I was like before Mythic Fingers Marks.
Oh
comes in here
man,
and
Max just
can
pulled all the RNG
snacks
out of
all
the air.
RNG, yeah.
God
Lewis
damn.
burned the bad RNG, and I was like, oh, there's good RNG to be had. And then
It's got to be one of the worst packs opened. All commons and one uncommon. What a shit
yeah,
pack.
that was pretty.
That's worse RNG too because it's 80%. Like I don't know.
That's just like impressively bad RNG.
But I'm gonna say that was the free pack, so I still have
Yeah.
chances with my paid pack, even though I think that was actually the paid pack. But
I gotta scoop myself a paid pack too.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
done
now
all
that they say the only thing worse is all commons, I'm gonna get all commons.
there's a green, there's a blue, there's a blue.
Oh, you got some blues, some greens already.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
already
way better than
Pretty good
Lewis's
pack.
pack.
Okay, okay.
Damn, dude, those packs made your pack look so much worse too.
Oh yeah, there's Common City.
Oh,
let's
what's
go!
that gold? Oh.
Legendary Mythic Mark coming back.
Woo!
What up? What up?
Reed
Reed
Phoenix,
Phoenix.
you're my boy.
Well, I got an uncommon Reed Phoenix, so
I'll trade you.
Oh fuck yeah!
2 uncommons.
God, I got so fucked on this opening.
Yeah, damn.
Hell
What are those
yeah.
legendaries list for?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what would the pack odds again.
It's
So
probably only like a couple pulled.
it's 0.28.
Holy fuck, dude.
percent
that's
chance. That's pretty
insanely rare.
legit. Yeah.
Damn.
Let's see.
Yeah.
You might have the
yeah.
mint one too, which is gonna be probably worth a lot.
Dude, that'd be fucking insane. Oh my god. Oops, why am I doing that? I don't need to do that. It's my cloud wallet. Alright, let's see.
Let's see. Of 2. Oh,
Of
it's
2. Oh damn, mint 2.
Still
That's
mint
brutal.
2. That's still
It could be
fucking.
one or two though. You don't know.
I guess that's true.
I guess you can go look if you click on the template if mint one is already minted.
Oh, good call.
Yeah. Usually when it says calculating of 2, I just assume it's the last one. Oh, they're both calculating, I guess.
Oh shit, interesting.
Okay, so
Saying
I don't know.
pack opening's only been live
Yeah.
for 9 minutes, so
I guess that's true. You could have mint 1 there. Damn, that's.
But yeah,
wow,
no
someone else
listings
pulled
on the
that one.
market, so we'll see. Oh wow, well that was real fun.
Set the price at 100K, dude. Let's see what happens.
It's like, man, all these 3 stars are all different people, so I guess it will be. There definitely will have to be a lot of trades to get.
That's
this
good
back
though,
the
because
same.
you want to make a roster, don't you? Need a couple different characters, or you can make a roster just.
But
of
as
one
far as
or-
like leveling them up and stuff, you would have to stack the same character.
word.
But I guess like if you do,
Green and Jolly are saying you should have mint one.
Oh yeah.
damn, I'd be pretty tempted to sell that.
list that shit for 100K or some shit, dude, and see if it sells, right? I mean, what do you have to lose?
All right, I'll keep watching and I'll double check if it's.
You can buy more packs.
That was my thought. Yeah, you can just sell it and then just kind of buy your way back in.
Sounded like different.
Well, I'll keep an eye on the calculating mint. We'll see.
Tempted to open my other pack, but after your guys' good RNG, I feel like I'm just gonna pull more shit.
Well, it's been slowly building, you know, like it's getting better and better each pull. So I feel like you're gonna be our crescendo here.
Yeah, you pull like 3.
I also got complete trash RNG when I spent $425 in brawlers. I pulled all commons in those packs, like pulled all the worst shit possible in my free influencer pack for the artifact pack, and then I gave that away. But I don't know. I've had not pulled a good card in a long time on Wax, to be honest.
That means you're due. Gambler's fallacy, the gambler's truth, that you're due. Yeah,
Mark,
I don't know.
Here pulling mythics and everything he opened.
I don't know if that was the paid one or the free one, to be honest. I bought one and then I got one, so.
But I don't know. It is what it is.
They are only like $4 more than drop price. I might buy another one and then.
Yeah, if you wanna post the link to your Twitter giveaway, Jeff, like you can do that.
I think we're gonna do a Twitter giveaway too. They asked us to do one, so have not done it yet. But I don't know. I don't like to start the giveaways before we have the packs. So now that we have the packs, didn't get the packs until literally after we're supposed to start streaming.
Yeah, if you open Lou, I will lend you my energy. I'll give you the spirit bomb.
I'm trying to decide if I want to. I guess fuck it, might as well. Like, I don't think waiting's gonna do anything.
Yeah, RNG's gonna RNG.
I feel like I'm definitely just gonna pull all bullshit though. I'm not feeling lucky. I can't even find the opening page now. Oh, here we go. Open packs.
Crafting will pull from the same pre-minted pool and will mint on demand when that's depleted. Interesting.
Okay.
The Twitter giveaways are also a load of bollocks. A ton of fake accounts during them. Last time I had to roll 10 times before I found a real wallet. It was all like bullshit 0-bot wallets, which is one of our only rules, and people just don't listen at all and enter on a bunch of multi-accounts. Some of them are pre-minted and some aren't. The legendaries were not pre-minted. They were the only of the rarities not pre-minted. Am I sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Here it is.
Let's see. Not all commons again. Let's fucking go.
All right, here, take my energy. Oh shit. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, there we go.
That's
There we go.
Star. 2 2s.
I want to see some purple or some yellow though.
Okay, this is an alright pack.
Oh man, you got 4 of the 3 stars.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh, there we go. There it is.
No longer
on the river.
About the last pack. God, that first pack was complete bullshit though. Like,
yeah, on the very last one, that was a 4-star, wasn't it?
Yeah, on the river, dude.
Yeah.
River rat.
River rat. When you're seeker when you need a.
Sydney is the character I want. This guy right here is Sydney Slicker.
Oh, with the fro.
He's got a fro. He looks like fucking Bruno Mars or something. He's definitely the guy that I like the best aesthetically.
It looks like your Nintendo Mii.
Yeah.
Your Mario Karter.
I'm gonna see if they have any of those on the market real quick. My Little Pony's outselling this collection.
Yeah, My Little Pony's going hard.
What was this guy's name? I already forgot it. Damn, people are listening to shit for ridiculous. Mark, the floor for your Mint 1 shit is like 44,000 wax right now.
Jesus Christ. Well, there wasn't anything listed yet, like a minute ago.
Fire, you would probably list it for that. Cause
I would list it too for like 50,000.
Yeah, catch the hype. Yeah. This one. Oh, it is Mint 1. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Nice
pull.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Let's go.
Mint 1 of 3. So there's 3 pulled. So there was another one in the last 5 minutes I got.
I list that shit for like 111,000 wax.
And there's only 4 of these listed on the entire aftermarket of any rarity.
Damn.
Damn, 39 have already been burnt too. People are going fucking wild. These are rare as fuck, dude. There's only 29 of the blue rarity.
Yeah, am I understanding the rarity right?
Yeah,
like the 4 stars are 1 out of what's the total mint cap?
I don't know if there is a total mint cap.
Okay.
It's been blending stuff.
But yeah, there's only
Nice,
14 of some of these. Yeah.
I got mint 7 of my like purple guys. Both of them are mint 7.
All right. Well, what should I list it at here, boys? So let's see. The other mint ones are being listed for.
Oh hell yeah! I got mint 1 of the Zach Muse.
Oh fuck yeah, Zach Muse, what a name!
Right.
Ooh, Flamingo Punk looks kind of cool.
Wonder what these are listed on the market. The lowest listing is $900 right now. Curious to see if those actually sell at those prices, or people are just throwing out random
See what sticks,
random
baby.
numbers. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I kind of redeemed myself. I'm no longer super fucking pissed. That first pack was crazy bad though.
That was like a dud.
Brutal. It's like 25 in a row. That's just. I mean, it was all but 1, right?
24 commons and 1 uncommon. It wasn't even like.
Sorry to laugh, but it's really bad.
Yeah.
I almost want to list this for fucking 8,000 wax. I could buy like a shit ton more packs with. You could buy like 10 more
That's what
packs.
I'm trying to do. I'm listing
what? I
my
might
shit, and if it
just for
sells, I'm
shit.
gonna buy more packs at the moment. Like hopefully the aftermarket.
I would get 8,000 wax for this. Yeah, I'm gonna see if anybody YOLOs into that. Actually, let me see what the floor is for these guys.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how much to sell this sucker for too. Looks like most of the other ones, the mint ones, are going for like 50,000.
So, I'm a DJ too. I'm not even like, yeah, I'm gonna pocket that wax. It's like I'm just gonna buy more packs and rip them.
Exactly, me too.
I feel like you could probably get 50,000. I feel like at 100K, you probably have to like get lucky if it sells or not. But
Sorry, what'd you say, Max?
I feel like you could probably get 50,000 wax for it if you listed it, right?
Yeah, it looks like 44,000 is about what people are listing at.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna put
but
it
you
at
got
2,000 because why the
mint
fuck not? I have mint 1. Nobody else has mint 1.
Yeah, exactly. It's mint 1, dude. Put that shit at 50,000.
Also, how many do you need to blend? 3 of them to get to the next rarity. Should probably check that out.
Oh, I have to like look at the chart.
If you have to blend 3 of them, then that would like make sure I didn't fat finger that. 15,000. If anyone wants to buy this for $1,500, yeah. Let's see if the music mogul Star Maker, I think, is how you craft.
Oh, so you don't need to blend for the legendary ones, the 5 stars. You just need the
What do you
1.
mean? You need 25 to blend? Is that true? Oh, there's 25 recipes.
Or sorry, 9 epics.
Okay.
Oh, here you go. The base value of a legendary is 20,000 wax if you bought all commons and blended. That is good to know.
Okay.
Not me 1.
I would go 3x that then. 60K that shit for mint 1 to realistically sell it.
This has been a fun drop day so far.
Dude, yeah.
Roller coaster of emotions over here from being totally
I know.
fucked.
I just got like a hit of endorphins.
Mark definitely pulled the best back. That was insane, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's a
It's
really good
expected
pull.
at this point. Mythican's Mark.
Yeah.
My reputation precedes me.
You also did way better than Max in the fucking H3 moon mining packs.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah, I'm excited to try that game, but personally, like the UI is so laggy, it's almost unplayable. So I'm kind of waiting a little bit till that kind of shakes out. I mean, this has only been live for like a few days, so obviously I'm not like throwing shade here. I'm just like, clearly there's some kinks to work out. But yeah, that was pretty good. I pulled like a legendary on stream or a mythic on stream or whatever the high rarity is, and then I pulled another one after stream when I bought a pack too. So I feel like the whenever I gift a pack, I gotta buy a pack to like pay it forward, you know.
Yeah. Here, I've been setting up my like mine to like collect it, and I can show you how that goes because you have to like.
Yeah, there's like a strategy to it, right?
Yeah, it does consume like a certain amount of minerals. I'll show you.
I wonder if I can. I wonder if I can blend anything yet. It'd be fun to show that off. Oh, you only need 3.
3 of the comments to blend into the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
So you need more as you get higher rarity, which is even kind of crazy. Oops.
Damn, that makes that first pack even more bullshit then. That was basically like 28 commons.
Some of it's pre-mint, some of it's mint on demand. Like the low mints were pre-minted, and then like there's not enough mints for all the cards, so some are mint on demand. I have some low mints though. Do I burn them?
Right? That's what I'm thinking. I got a few low mints.
Okay, this one has all higher mints, so mint 498. Can you see my screen? I can't tell.
Yeah, how do I make this like bigger though? I'm trying to do that for you while it's like, yeah, how do you make it do that?
You click one of the other, the tab that's highlighted right now. All right, so I'm gonna try crafting. Bar Gig Battler. Let's see what the craft does. Well,
you scared Mark, I saw.
I wonder what mint you need for crafting. It is cool if like it's lit up if you can do it, and it's not lit up if you can't. So you kind of just quickly scroll through and be like,
that's pretty dope.
Works.
Yeah, this is a nice interface for this. Okay,
mint number
you could
7,
like
I have a bunch of low mints. Sydney Slicker, I'm sad I didn't get more of him. He's my guy.
How do you go about getting to the next level rarity then?
I'll check that out next.
Smoke weed every day.
EV Eclipse, let's go. All right, let's see the next rarity. So the next rarity you need 4.
4 commons.
4 uncommons.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Okay, that's dramatically more.
Yeah, and then you need this one. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get from uncommon to epic.
Oh, okay, damn.
And then you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the epics to get to legendary.
Hot fucking damn, dude.
That's what I was saying. Like, even though the mint structure is kind of high, you need a shit ton of these cards to blend to legendary. It ends up being like 700 cards. So if the whales are going to go blend through commons, like there's not going to be that many left. So I don't know. We'll see how the market actually turns out. The other thing is nobody knows the difference between like we don't know like how much better a legendary is than a common. So it's like pretty hard to value. At this point, it's totally speculative. But somebody listed a legendary mint 1 for 50k wax. If you're wondering, Mark.
Sorry, what?
Someone listed a legendary mint 1 for 50k wax.
Yeah, I ended up listing mine for about 50,000 too.
What are we doing for Tech Talk today? Are we waxed out and stuff? Or
Yeah, I figured we'd look at the market first and then like eyeball our 100 wax position and probably leave it alone for another week. And then yeah, I figured look at some of like the shit on the wax, like what RDAO and like Wax DAO. Like not RDAO, sorry, the Wax DAO thing I really like. Oh, we can look at go into a direction that people want to go from there. But I think we should, as usual, start by looking at the market, which I can pull up my screen for. This week was kind of nuts. So, not our planet.
I guess we kind of talked about the Harmony Bridge exploit on stream, but you could also talk about that.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that for a little bit too, for sure. All right, so here we are a week later. Last week we were looking at it. We were kind of like around here. Everything was selling off very far. Since then, we've kind of like come back. With here, we're looking at Ethereum right now in terms of dollars. You can always switch over to Bitcoin as well. Kind of the same picture. We're looking at the daily chart right now. Now let's close some of this. There we go. This is the daily candles for Bitcoin in dollars at Coinbase. The chart is set to Heiken Ashi. So if you click your little bars here, there you can tell it to go from regular candles, which look like this, into what I like, this Heiken Ashi. And then, so what we saw this week is the market kind of like had a massive sell-off into last week, and then this week kind of has chilled that sell-off, chilled off on selling, but not really recovering aggressively. We haven't really turned the old support level into, or the old resistance here into support again. It's still now resistance on the way up, and we haven't closed anywhere near the middle B bands line yet. And another thing that I noticed for Bitcoin is that we closed the week below the 200-day smooth moving average, which is the first time that I've ever seen that happen since Bitcoin started. Which I wonder if I can bring that up. 200-day smooth moving average, or it's gonna bitch at me. Yeah, it is. Damn it. I have too many indicators. It doesn't like me doing all those. Let's see. Yeah, either way. But if you added the 200-day SMA, you can see Bitcoin is closing slightly below that. And you can go back through the history of Bitcoin's price. That's never happened before. So the bear, it's like not a good picture for the Bitcoin bulls, in my opinion. Like to see long-term bull sentiment closing below that. The 200-day smooth moving average has always been a what is that called? I don't want to always say support or resistance. I want to say it correctly. It has always been very strong support for the Bitcoin price. So to see that support line for the first time in the history of Bitcoin trading break, as well as seeing what we're looking at here, still lower lows coming in here on the on-balance value, even though we're not, we're kind of recovering in price, definitely not making higher highs or anything anytime soon yet. Closing each day candle dramatically below the middle B bands line. Let's go back to Ethereum because I feel like this one's a little bit more demonstrating how we're coming up and testing the middle B bands line as which is currently resistance for the price to moving upward. So we're looking to flip this middle B band line into support, meaning the candles are closing above the line and bouncing off of it as they retest it to shift sentiment. We're also seeing that the stock RSI here is starting to look overbought, meaning we're looking to sell off a little bit to kind of cool this back into the blue area. All of these signs to me are still pointing very bearish, and I'm keeping my short sell sentiment, expecting these markets to fall further in the coming weeks. A big part of that picture is also the SPY, which is the basically the index that you can use to track the general health of like the stock market. And so that's also having a similar retest this week. We had a massive sell-off. We broke below the below the Behance line on the daily as well, closing days below that, and now not being able to close above it. This has also been kind of like rejected here, is what I'm expecting, and I'm expecting to see this to continue further down, which that sentiment is also informed by, as you can see here, lower highs on the retest. You know, we're kind of like around the same prices here, but like kind of lower on the on-balance volume, and lower lows constantly incoming here on the daily. So keeping the sentiment short for the equity market in general. So I'm expecting the stock market and the equity markets to continue to sink in the coming weeks. And I expect that same sell pressure to ripple through the crypto markets, because these kind of like patterns seem very similar and have been kind of following each other since the start of this whole sell-off. But yeah, for now, that's kind of the overview of the market for me. I think we're still moving down. I think it's still a good idea to, you know, keep capital on the sidelines, not necessarily buy and hold crypto if you are out of money, or if you need that money in the near future. The other thing is, as these prices go lower, I think these red lines that I've drawn, so around $1,000 for Ethereum, for example, and then like 800, and then down to all the way to like $500 range. I'm not looking to time the market at the bottom or at one of those lines, as much as the redder these lines are, the more likely I am to be buying crypto again. So now that we're getting into these prices, I like the dollar cost average strategy quite a bit, especially for somebody who's not actively trading. And that strategy is that you take an amount of money that you're comfortable with. Like, for example, if you can afford $100 a month, great, you do $100 a month, and then every, you know, like the 15th of the month on, you know, noon, you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever token that you're interested in, and then you just do that every month. That type of strategy, I think, is the best to average purchase a position into a volatile asset. Sounds like we're getting yelled at by stream raiders. Should I jump over to that for a second? Stop sharing or remove that. But yeah, I think right now the sentiment is still, I think markets in general are going down. The macro picture looks pretty bleak still. I think Russia's about to default on their foreign account loans. So that's, I mean, kind of priced in already at this point, honestly, but still the playing out of that type of event is going to further add uncertainty and instability to these markets. So still, from this week till next week, when we look again, my expectation is the price of these assets is going to continue to kind of slump and move downward. There's definitely also a lot of still issues in the crypto space. Like Celsius is still not allowing its users to withdraw. It's still unclear if they are going to remain solvent or if they're going to go out of business, and what that means for users' funds. There's also several other like lending protocols out there, like centralized exchanges, that have been hit by this downturn in these market and these equity prices, that has, you know, their users locked out of their own funds. And that type of action causes very negative sentiment, and people who are currently, you know, screwed out or locked out of their accounts are very actively, frantically, you know, typing into social media forums about their disapproval of cryptocurrencies in general. So all that stuff helps to like snowball this bear sentiment further, in my opinion. It's kind of wild. So it's also been a really crazy week here. I'm gonna share my screen again. In regards to Harmony's Horizon Bridge protocol was hacked and exploited for its backing. Really quickly, what that means is when you trade on a blockchain like Harmony, here, let's switch over to Harmony 1. When you trade on a blockchain like this, you're trading wrapped assets. You see here's Bitcoin, and you see how all these have a little 1 in front of them. That 1 means that the actual backing to this Ethereum, for example, that means that this is an Ethereum token called 1 Ethereum that you're trading on this blockchain, but the actual Ethereum that's backing that token exists on the Ethereum network, where the only place where Ethereum can exist. So the wallet that held that Ethereum that was, you know, used to back the issuing of these one Ethereum tokens was robbed, and all that backing was stolen by an attacker, leaving all of the remaining one Ethereum tokens on this network effectively unbacked and therefore not worth what they should be worth. And that's caused, you know, massive fluctuations in prices on chain as people are trying to exit these now potentially worthless assets into stuff they can still actually trade outside of this ecosystem, which is almost always one currency. And then there's also this one BTC, which is a bridged token of Bitcoin that was unaffected by the exploits. So those Bitcoin are theoretically still withdrawable, but you're dealing with a bridge built by the same team whose current bridge was just exploited. So the confidence in those assets has also fluctuated and caused the prices of them to not kind of be in sync with the rest of the market. That decoupling or depegging of values within this ecosystem creates, you know, opportunities for massive losses or potentially big gains if people were to come in and buy at these, you know, discounted prices, and then the bridge were restored and you could eventually trade those assets 1-to-1 for dollars again. If you bought them right now when they're like 20 cents to the dollar, you could, you know, stand to make a massive profit, but oh my god, that's insanely risky. And there's this huge frantic playing out of, you know, people trying to, you know, either hedge their positions or gamble that they can, you know, make a profit on the potential recovery process here. But right now there's just not enough information from the Harmony team about what is going to happen, what is the plan for people's assets, and how is the backing going to be returned. So while people are waiting in limbo, the prices are going wild. And what happened when this first was announced, and we tried to ping people in our Discord too as soon as we knew what was going on, but we were all kind of scrambling to try to make decisions regarding our assets while we didn't have a full, and we still don't have a full picture of what had happened or what is currently happening. So it's really stressful. Like having to, you never want to be in a position basically to have to make financial decisions in that type of state of mind. And so while it really sucked to take a loss on shifting those values off of the Harmony network, I feel like as a group and as a collective, we kind of got on it quickly and were able to mitigate some of the potential disaster of losing everything. So as shitty as that was, I feel like we handled it okay, but man, what a fucking nightmare scenario. That was literally the worst case scenario when dealing with assets like this. So also obviously Tranquil Protocol is one, like, I really enjoy this. Like, this is a fork of Compound. I really love what they built, especially with their like paying out the dividends of what the money market earns in all these tokens. But now all these tokens are unbacked, so now it's very unclear what the value proposition is anymore of the Tranquil token and of the lock stake, and got quite a bit of like value in limbo in that, and it's kind of stressful and irritating. But great reminder that wrapped assets are not real. Like, wrapped Bitcoin is not Bitcoin. If you want Bitcoin, put it on your Bitcoin wallet on the Bitcoin blockchain. So even when you're trading Bitcoin on Uniswap on the Ethereum network, while I would say that's most likely or is much more secure because they're securing much more money and have done so successfully for a longer period of time than the Horizon Bridge, it still is the same point of failure. There is a scenario in which an attacker could steal all of the Bitcoin from the WBTC bridge, and then when we go, you know, over to Uniswap.
Yeah, because like the peg to what that wrapped asset is being backed by is being held as a custodian in a smart contract. So you trust that bridge to hold on to the backing of what makes that wrapped asset real. So in that way, it's inherently centralized, and that's why a lot of long-term crypto investors don't consider those real assets, because it's not in your possession anymore and it's an inherently centralized system. But when you're creating these protocols and these advanced kind of mechanisms that you can use for investing or moving money and stuff like that, these things make those easier, but you're sacrificing security for simplicity.
We have a question in the chat. It says, what about Wax versus Bitcoin? I held value these last few dumps. I saw 2 big volume spikes, one before Binance US listing and the other yesterday.
About which one? Wax?
The price action between Wax and Bitcoin is what he's asking. He said,
oh yeah, let's take a
Wax
look.
isn't dumping as hard as Bitcoin, I think was the premise of that.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can see here, let's take a look. This is Wax in terms of dollars. We're just looking at Bitcoin in terms of dollars. So you can see the the trend for Wax is shifting much more bullish. We're closing days above the middle B-bands line for starters, which is nice. We're actually coming up on the downtrend that I've drawn here, this blue line, which I drew a while ago when Wax started selling off. My guess is we're going to get rejected at this downtrend and keep moving down along with the rest of the equity markets. But Wax does have a much more unique proposition as far as it's a utility token that is required for utility purposes by people building on this network. Like, if you're a creator, you need Wax to, mint packs, to mint NFTs, to fund the RAM and the CPU cost for your smart contracts for your games, and all of that stuff pulls, buy pressure onto this market, as well as the fact that July, the Genesis rewards are drying up, meaning that there's less new Wax being issued into circulation than there was, before July. Which, again, if the demand for the Wax, it's always supply and demand model. If the demand for Wax remains constant while the supply increasing into the market gets slashed, there is potential for this to start creating some buy pressure. But let's take a look also at the price of Wax in Bitcoin. We do Wax P in BTC. Here we go, at Binance. And then here we can actually see a little bit clearer how that price action is working. So Binance is probably the biggest exchange by volume in the world as far as centralized exchange operations go. And on Binance, you can see, first of all, the on-balance volume. There is money moving into Wax from Bitcoin pretty aggressively. And as the price is selling off, as the price had been dropping in terms of Bitcoin, that money had just not responded to that. It was not leaving this market. And in fact, I'm actually seeing some higher highs here now on the on-balance volume. This paints a bullish picture again. So for the price action of Wax in terms of Bitcoin, this is starting to look like the price of Wax is outpacing Bitcoin based on these metrics, specifically on Binance here. You can see that we're closing above the middle B-band line for already over a week now, and we've even flipped the super trend from short to long on the daily chart, which you can see here happened the last time here with kind of a pull-up, which was immediately reversed and continued the sell-off. And then here we're seeing kind of different, let's see, is it different? We're seeing a similar peaking in on balance volume here. So it's a little different considering we're like, here we stuck below the B-band line, then we broke above it, kind of lost that support, broke above it again. My guess is we'll probably come back down and retest the middle B-band line in the next few weeks, and then potentially turn that into support and bounce from there and continue the uptrend as long as this long super trend now stays intact. But there's a lot of bullish indicators here. The thing to be cautious of, though, is we are very overbought right now. We're on the outer limits of the outer line of the B band. So again, I would probably be eyeing buying or looking to transfer Bitcoin into Wax closer to the center B band's price point. So closer to this price versus this price up here. Just because in the short term, especially if we're looking historically, a lot of this, does settle back down and you'll get your chance. It's not going to continue to fly forever. Although what we're looking for now is finding support at the middle line. So when it does turn around here in terms of Bitcoin, then we want to see it finding support at the middle B-bands line, bouncing from there and continuing up. If we hit that middle B-band line and then start moving up again, that would be a moment where it's like, this is the opportunity to join on this next leg up. So like something like here, you could see is the opposite of like, okay, it's a sell-off. We're way in the blue on the outside. Okay, it's going to come back. It's going to retest that middle line. We hit the line, but we didn't close above it. So as we started like selling again, it would have been like, okay, here's our opportunity to sell or like to join on the sell. And then you would have gotten the sell-off all the way down to like here again, or even further. Although I might have like this giant candle might have made you sell again. So either way, what we're looking for is buying opportunities should be closer to price action near this middle line. Otherwise, right now might be a decent selling opportunity. Possibly. Again, we can zoom out a little further to get an even better picture of how far out. And then here you can see, okay, wow, we're still well below the middle B-band line on the weekly chart. So there's plenty of room for us to continue to move up. Not sure how the on-balance volume or how the RSI is so undersold or underbought still, but either way, this chart looks, we're making higher lows on the way down here. Even though the price is lower here, the low is higher. So higher lows on the weekly, below the middle B-band line. This looks like a solid indication that you still have room up in the shorter term. But what we do want to see is a close on the weekly above the middle B-band line to call this a bear or bull market again, or a bull trend again. But it's definitely making higher lows here, at least on Binance it is. And another thing to look at is that you see these sticks here are the volume. So there's actually quite a bit less volume. So less people trading, but with money staying in the system kind of, and with room up still. That means that it'll take less money to move the price up, just like, or down, either way, since we're not having as much trading volume lately on these assets. It is interesting.
Another question. I
Yes.
said, do credit card buys of drops help, hurt, or do nothing for the fiat backing of Wax? Talking like like the Funko drops it if you buy with your credit card. How does that affect the price of Wax?
Yeah, so credit card purchases should be, it's similar to like it puts buy pressure onto Wax tokens. So with something like Funko, the way that it works there, I think, is that the credit card sale goes directly to Funko Pop. It never actually becomes turned into Wax, and Funko then sends you their NFT, so that type of transaction, not much happening as far as like helping put like financial backing or putting buy pressure into the Wax token. And then you could even argue at that point that, well, yeah, you sell me the NFT and then I sell the NFT for Wax, and then if I sell that Wax back for cash to try to cash out my profit, it might pull value out of Wax to do a drop in that way. But the other option on Atomic Hub, for example, where you can purchase things using credit cards directly, that is in a different way, where the settlement of that transaction is still happening in terms of Wax, and the purchase in credit card terms is just purchasing the Wax to then settle that trade or that purchase in Wax. So in that case, the credit card transaction helps to basically put buy pressure onto the Wax token. So there's like two different ways to do it, where if it depends on if the sale settles in terms of Wax, or if the sale settles in credit card in terms of dollars at the seller's end. So I'd say, again, on Funko's drops, my understanding is they put up the credit card, and then once they see that like you've paid them with your credit card, they'll send you the NFT. But the actual like transaction doesn't require any Wax to, transact. Whereas, again, a more decentralized version, like going through Atomic Hub, where then you pay with your credit card there, would put buy pressure, because then you're buying Wax with your credit card and then using the Wax to buy the NFT.
All right. Next question is, what about Nefty token? You guys follow that? It's a super low volume in general, though. What do you think will happen to these altcoins on Alcor in general? If Wax goes up or down, I mean, do they follow or the opposite?
Yeah, let's take a look at the Nefty token. So first, the Nefty token is the utility token for Nefty Blocks Marketplace, which is here's Nefty Blocks. And then they have a reward program up here where you can see in the rewards, you can supply Nefty token and Wax down here. If you bring your Wax and Nefty token in equal parts, you can add this to their liquidity pool, and then you'll get your proportional cut of 476 Nefty tokens that are being distributed to participants in this pool every hour. You can also just take Nefty tokens and stake them here to get a cut of what the market makes in Wax, which is today in the last 24 hours. 500,000 Wax was spent on Nefty blocks, so 2% of this is reasonably expected to be collected by Nefty blocks. So that would be what 2% of this is like 10,000 Wax. So 10,000 Wax was distributed and to the Nefty blocks team, and 75% of that 10,000 in the last 24 hours is being given to people who stake their Nefty token. So this would be, you know, around 7,000 Wax in the last 24 hours that is added to a pool of Wax that's being paid out to people who come here and stake their Nefty token. Now, Nefty token, as far as its volume, we'll go to Wax coins here, and let's find Nefty. So we got Nefty and Wax, yep. 24-hour volume, $240. Yeah, that's pretty fucking low. 7 days is 4,000 total. So that's quite low, but the thing to keep in mind is that Nefty tokens, most of their volume is moving through their swap. You can see here it's getting a little bit of a sell-off, which is why we also partially pulled from our pool last week. We're like, looks like it's possible to, like, this goes down and we want to go back into Wax. So I think to answer the second part of the question, what do I think will happen to the value of these tokens? I think the token value of Nefty is pretty consistently been around like 0.3, 0.4 Wax. And that was true back when Wax was worth close to $1, which is over here. And it even went a little lower here as Wax became more expensive. But then once they started incentivizing a liquidity pool, that you see this like ramp up that was like in line with the start of them paying for people to add liquidity to their pool, which kind of like brought that token back to a baseline in Wax. I think that if Wax price continues to fall, it's reasonable to expect the price of Nefty token possibly to climb in terms of Wax, because the utility for that is to get a cut of the market performance in the Nefty market. And as the price of Wax goes down, more Wax units are being spent on the same amount of value in transactions. So then you end up with more Wax for the distribution pool for people staking their Nefty token. Also, Nefty token is used to pay for banner ads. So if you come on like the main page of Nefty blocks, if it'll let me go there, I think all the banner ads on that homepage up here, you pay for these with Nefty blocks, Nefty token. So
do they burn that Nefty that gets spent?
Yeah, that's their token structure for the stuff people who spend money on these ads. That money has to be paid in Nefty token, and those Nefty token get removed from circulation. So you have like that deflationary pressure to counteract all the tokens that they're releasing through the rewards program. But on the other side of that rewards program, there is only 100 million total Nefty tokens in the contract that governs the token, and the distribution of those tokens is scheduled along a 7-year distribution plan that accounts for this type of token being distributed. So they can continue to give out rewards at these rates, which if you're participating in this pool, it's actually relatively high. It's much higher than 5% annually, which would be like staking Wax. But of course, you're exposed to both the token Wax and the token Nefty price. But what I think is, anyway, as the token price of Wax falls, I think I could see the Nefty token price kind of like hold its own or even climb in value. But then if Wax starts to like shoot up in value, like to come back to $1, I would not be surprised to see some Nefty tokens being sold to get more wax exposure, because Nifty token at the end of the day is pretty exclusively trading here on Alcor and in the swap. Other than that, there really isn't like a centralized exchange for people to swap their Nifty tokens, or there isn't like I can't go to like Uniswap or like PancakeSwap or different blockchains to swap those, but I can do that with Wax. So for that reason, I would say as Wax, once we get to like a lower price, I wouldn't be surprised to see these tokens hold pace with each other pretty consistently, maybe within a range of like 10-15% or so, but maybe even more. It's a volatile time. But even then, once that Wax token blows up, I would not be like too surprised to see some of the Nifty token value, staying constant while the Wax token value increases, like, which would be reflected by the Nifty token dropping in terms of Wax. That said, though, you can check here is the Nifty liquidity pool that's being incentivized. You can see the price of Nifty token is dropping here, so it's down in the last 24 hours. It's down about 3%, which is in line with what we're seeing at the on the market tab a second ago. And then here you can see the last 30 days of performance. Yeah, still very much in this wedge of like 10-15%. So it's down 8% from here, but had kind of been ranging in this range for the whole month. If we see the whole month, yeah, that's kind of like what we're just looking at here. This is all time now. I would be surprised to see it fall this low while the price of Wax is low, because this is where there was no utility really and no incentivized liquidity. And besides that, the liquidity currently in these pools, you can see is this is in terms of Wax, it has been climbing pretty consistently. So the depth of this liquidity pool is 1.1 million Wax on the Wax side. So there's 1.1 million Wax, and if I hit this little arrow here, we can swap that, and then we can see the counterpart is 2.6 million Nifty token. And yeah, that kind of like tracks with the price of it being 2.4-ish per one Wax. So yeah, this is bilateral depth of like over 2 million Wax, which means that you can make trades in this pool, of like 10,000 Wax at a time, and you're still not hitting a 1% price impact. So it does take quite a bit of value to move this price. And as that value, like the liquidity available, for example, like the depth of that liquidity, it doesn't really get reflected here on, if we go to Nifty, on the volume we're seeing here, like we're only seeing about $1,000 or $400 in the last 24 hours moving through this. And, if I wanted to, let's see, how much money would this cost me?
I got some other questions too. Do you want to move on to some of those?
Oh yeah, sure.
Sorry, I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to lock down trades in the Music Mogul chat. The same person asked, Louis asked, I trade on the LP but saw a weird drop in the market. Looks like whale manipulation, or someone doesn't know how these to swap. I would honestly guess someone doesn't know how these to swap. You see all sorts of candles going in weird directions because people on Wax don't really understand DeFi and trading. So I would probably say it's more that than somebody trying to manipulate the market.
That's very likely, because here we can see, like I saw on the swap a second ago, I could do 10,000 Wax in one transaction. Right now, if I wanted to do a 10,000 Wax transaction here, it would move the price of Nifty token. This 10,500. Yeah, okay, we'll do 10,500. That would move the price of Nifty token all the way down to 0.26 would be the lowest price I'm paying. So I'd be paying I would basically spike the market all the way down this far here in one transaction. That same transaction, okay, and by the way, I would get 40,000. It would cost me 40,000 Nifty token to do that to 10,500. That same transaction here for 40,000 Nifty tokens would get me 6,000 more Wax, because the liquidity exists here. And so when somebody does a transaction like that on the exchange side, there are people who are paying attention between the price of it on the swap and the price of it on the market, who will fill in the missing liquidity. So if I actually did just put like, if I had 40,000 FT to sell right now, like you could sell it into the swap and it would be absorbable, not too bad. Like 1.3% is okay. But if I had 40,000 to sell and I went to the if I went to the market and just did a market order, like Nifty, like this, which is what I think a lot of people do this because this is how they understand markets work. Because this
People
does
also are
work.
like, oh, there's no fee on the market, but there's a fee on the swap, so I'm going to save money on the market, but they don't understand liquidity, and then they just wreck themselves with the giant candle.
So here I can then say I want to sell 40,000. If I did this here, it would then take, it doesn't tell you what you're going to get. Someone's going to see this, say, okay, sell 40,000 Nifty. What happens is the market will just fill every available order. And like we saw, it would fill all the way down to like this price to get you 40,000 Nifty tokens. And that means that your average price between all of the tokens that you then bought would be way worse than what you're paying on the swap. So liquidity is super important to see that. And then here I added the unbalanced volume, so you can see as the price of Nifty token has been kind of flat-ish, the unbalanced volume on the exchange side is kind of dropping a bit. So that means less liquidity in these order books. But as we saw, liquidity in this pool, if we go to liquidity, and then now we're in terms of Nifty token, it's dropping here in terms of Nifty token because Nifty token dropped in value, which should reflect yoink, and with a deeper drop on Wax. If Nifty token goes up in value, you might see Nifty token leaving the pool, but Wax entering the pool.
Yeah, I feel like for this, I guess we're not going to tell you whether or not you should buy or sell a given token. That gets into financial advice territory very easily. But I think the key here is to compare all the different places that if you want to sell a token, compare the different places you want to sell it. So, is there a better exchange rate on DeFi Box or Alcor? If you're on Alcor, is it better through the swap or through the market? That's just how you can kind of see all your options and see what the best bang for your buck is. That's a good rule of thumb when doing those sorts of things.
The other thing is that liquidity, while it is deep, this is millions of Wax, millions, plural, of Wax worth of value. It can be supplied by very few people who then own lion's share of all of it, which that means it can be then pulled just as quickly. So we can actually take a look at that.
We got some other questions too that I wanted to go over.
Yeah, let's do that.
Pushed up said, can't get into Dungeon Master. That happens to me sometimes. Like sometimes the API gets messed up. It is currently working for me. I don't really know the solution to that, but that's not like only you. Sometimes like when I hit refresh, I get locked out, and then it usually fixes itself within like 30 minutes if it's messed up. Then we had someone that asked, question back to our planet, if they're going to rug pull Ether farming, is that going to tank NFT prices too as they flood out the staking back to the market? They're not going to, like, by the time they pull Ether farming, the NFTs won't mine anymore. So yeah, that will definitely affect the price of the NFTs that mine it.
100%. Yeah, I think people buy these NFTs with the express purpose of mining a Ether for it, and they don't pay close enough attention to know that a Ether mining is coming to an end within a few weeks. And when that just happens, I think a lot of people will react to it, even though the news has been disclosed and should therefore be known. It's a tall order to expect collectors to actually pay attention to those.
Yeah, and specifically with our planet, like the miners have mining rates. Well, once the mining is done, then those mining rates are irrelevant. So they've expressed the idea that, or that they plan to implement a burn event for the mining rigs once the mining period is over. That if you have rigged NFTs still, you can burn them for some value of a Ether token, because then you could then spend it in an in-game marketplace or other gameplay mechanics, but it's unclear what the value of the mining rate to how much Ether you would get for burning it. That's yet to be released. So I guess the base value of what they would have at that point in time is still unclear.
We had another question. We kind of already went over this a little bit. Will Wax get the old price back? Max at the beginning of the technical analysis said he thinks the price is still trending down. So we do think eventually Wax will recover. To what price, we're not totally sure, but in the short to medium term, we're not expecting it to recover to $1 anytime soon.
Yeah, I think the general sentiment that, we were talking about it earlier, that maybe Wax hasn't been dumping as aggressively with Bitcoin. But I do think the sentiment is still the case, in our opinion at least, that the Wax in particular follows the super trend of Bitcoin. So there might be some stratifications here and there where it doesn't follow exactly, but if you're thinking about broad strokes trends as you zoom out, most altcoins, including Wax, generally follow the super trend of Bitcoin in the current state of the crypto market. That may change in the long term, that Bitcoin doesn't have that kind of market dominance, but in the current circumstances, I think that is the general opinion that we have.
Versus had a question. He said, what is a good way, assuming this is Dan, to run a token staking program? And I think that's probably a good time to show off WaxDAO.
Yes,
WaxDAO.
That's a great fucking transition. And I have a great idea for a token.
Louis also said, I think they even have bots. I've seen that gap filled before I switched tabs. There are absolutely a bunch of trading bots on Alcor.
Yes.
There are people in our community who have trading bots on Alcor. I'm not gonna say who it is. I don't know if they want to be known publicly, but there are people in the Neon Space community that use trading bots, not just on Alcor, between DeFi box and Alcor. So if there's a spread between DeFi box and Alcor, they have bots that automatically close that spread. So
yeah, arbitrage bots are very common in the crypto marketplace. They're also very common in traditional markets, like traditional stock markets. Arbitraging is a tale as old as time.
And using
automated traders is the best way to do that.
The more immature a market is, the more opportunity for arbitrage exists. And we are in very early immature market condition days for a lot of these assets. So there's tons of opportunities. And if people are paying attention, there is a reason to pay attention. Like, you can make very profitable trades because arbitrage is the type of trading where you're making a buy on one side and a sell on the other side. And there is a difference in the price between those two transactions. That difference is your take-home profit. So those trades are executing at the same time, and the counterpart risk of losing money is very mitigated, dramatically mitigated by arbitrage. But it's a kind of a complicated thing to do effectively, and it does require quite a bit of capital because you need like money on both sides of an arbitrage equation to move in either direction to exploit opportunities. And guess what? You're not the only one doing that. So you need the money ready to go, and you need your bots with deep CPU stakes so you can actually make those transactions come and get those opportunities while they're hot. But yeah, so that is a great question about how to do liquidity pool farming. I think from a creator's perspective, I really like the tool that here. If we go to Wax, just go in here, waxdao.io. I don't have the ability to look at smart contracts on EOS.io and vet them and say that this is a safe place to use your money, but this is a tool that lets you create an infrastructure to build a token farm or to build your own token economy, basically, if you're not a technically savvy person to begin with. So I really do like this. What he's offering here is, for example, you scroll down on the right, you can see NFT farming, so you can click on the farm, and if you own any assets from any of these NFT collections, you can stake them and then earn a cut of whatever the pool is paying out for the staked NFTs, just like Our Planet. But here you can stake a bunch of different collections for a bunch of different potential tokens. This one, for example, pays in Aether. This one pays in Left. This one pays in Wax. You can create your own farm here by going My Farms, and then you can build your own you can tell it, here's my collection, these NFTs, and then create a pool. Here, create farm. He's got a tutorial on how to do it, and then here's basically the run through, and then the payment method you have to pay. It's either 125. This is a one-time cost for doing this, 125, 150 Wax, or you can buy one of their NFTs and burn it. And I think the NFTs cost 110 Wax. So it's a relatively low cost of entry to do this kind of a setup. Same goes for token farms down here. So you have a staking pool. So right now the only token farm is for this token, but you can again create your own pool and be like, okay, stake my token. Like this is the token that stakes, and this is what you get paid out in. So I think to answer the question that Immersus is saying, what do I think personally for a good way to do like token staking? I think instead of asking users to stake like a gaming token to get a cut of some type of reward, like incentive reward, the thing that you should ask people to stake is liquidity for that gaming token. So for example, for the pool, you would have your user, instead of depositing say Fate token, they would deposit Wax Fate, which is Fate paired with Wax already, and then deposit that into a pool, and then for participating in that pool they would get an incentive. So now that way the Fate token retains a kind of like deep liquidity of Wax, and it makes it more robust as far as like its ability to facilitate further trading of new traders or new players who want to use the utility. And then anyone who wants to get a cut of whatever you're distributing has to contribute the liquidity, not just the token.
I mean, if you create deep liquidity, you create less slippage. Less slippage means people are more likely to trade your token. The more people spend time and trade your token, the more actively they're participating and using it. So to create that foundation encourages traders, because no one's going to want to move in and out of your token if it's constantly going to have slippage due to the shallow liquidity.
Yeah, it also gives me, as somebody who then would be participating in your staking, the incentive, it aligns my incentives to make the Fate token have or retain its value in Wax, because my stake is exposed to both Fate and Wax. And as Fate increases in value, the Wax side of my liquidity supplied value also goes up. So it helps to not just like help the game token's owner and the collection owner, but I think it helps to align the community's like incentives with the success of the collector token.
So you can create liquidity pools and you can create staking pools on this thing.
So the staking pool
or FT staking pools.
Yeah, so you can do NFT or FT staking pools. Yeah, so the
you can
FT
you're on our planet, you can like have people stake rigs and then earn tokens. Like you can literally, this is a tool for anybody to create their own art planet with their own collection.
God, that's hilarious! All this time in our someone just made a tool for what they're already doing.
I want to quickly show off. This is totally off topic, but check out what I just fucking nailed.
Let's see.
See that? Got mint one of my favorite character, Sydney Slicker. Let's fucking go!
Did you blend into that?
No, I traded it because somebody posted, they're like, I just pulled mint one of City Slicker and I pulled mint one of like Zach Muse or whatever that guy's name was, and I don't know, City Slicker's my favorite character. I'm like, hey man, like they're both mint one, they should probably be equal value, same rarity. Do you want to trade? And he's like, yeah, I don't really like Sydney Slicker, and I was like, fuck yeah, but so I've been doing in the background while Max is doing tech talk. I'm trying to increase people for trades.
Secure the mint one trades. Hell yeah.
I don't know. This is my favorite character. I'm no longer listing this. I listed the other one. This one will not be listed. I'm keeping this guy. So let's go. But let's go back to Max's tech talk. I was just excited that I landed that trade.
Yeah. Hold on. What was the last thing we were talking about though? Oh, right. Here it is. Wax, yeah, I think this is a really cool thing, a creator tool, since you can come here, use this to create your own token. That token will be immediately recognizable on Alcor, and you can start trading it and giving it out to your collectors. You can then create a farm to be okay, stake my NFTs and you'll get my tokens for them. And this kind of interface facilitates all that for collection owners who maybe are not technically savvy enough to do that on their own, which is pretty much everybody. I couldn't do this on my own, what he's built here. So I feel I really am a fan of this. He's building a lot of utility kind of for the Wax community and for creators in the space. I really like this Wax DAO stuff that he was showing off. But again, I don't have the ability to properly vet the smart contracts behind the scenes that facilitate all this. And we've seen, I want to have
Mike on, and I think we should ask him some questions about how the smart contracts work and stuff. But before we do anything, we'll probably talk to the creator directly and try to figure out some more, because it is, if he controls the wallet that has all the stake stuff to it, and then he loses his private keys, and then it's a contract that allows him to just send it out of the wallet, then even not even like him being malicious, you could lose all your NFTs, which happened with like Space Heroes.
Yeah, so
exactly.
you're getting great utility, but then devil's advocate, the risk is smart contract failure. The risk is malicious activity, that there's a custodial wallet that's holding NFTs that may or may not be governed by a smart contract that's also a point of failure. So that's the way of the risk reward, I guess, if you were to summarize it.
Immersis also said, if you need help creating LP rewards, we'll be able to help hopefully this week. So that's cool to know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we do all our LP rewards manually, so
so that would
definitely
be
would be
nice
nice to be able to automate that, just to free up more time, you know.
Valor and Vellum also chime in the chat. It's Priscilla. She's going to be in town for the anime convention in Los Angeles, so she's trying to meet up with like Max, Paul, and myself potentially this weekend. I don't know if you guys are busy, but yeah, she'll be like in town for the convention, and said she could meet up after the convention for.
Oh, that's cool. I'm excited you guys can have a little impromptu NFT meetup. It's always fun to put a face to the name to all these people we've been talking to for months and months.
Yeah.
But
I definitely think that like the move though for like building value for your collector and like when you're offering a staking thing is always to offer rewards for staking liquidity, not for staking straight tokens in general, because then it's like if ever somebody like a whale comes in and has a huge stake, well, if they remove that stake and dump the token, that can affect your market so much more dramatically than if that same whale were to supply that stake as liquidity. Now you have a huge, like much more healthy like market for your token, since there's actually like a counterpart to the value.
Wait, so there's just sorry, go ahead.
You're not just pegged entirely to the one like you have that counterpart in wax or whatever you make the counterpart.
I just always like following the drama. It sounds so. Is that the R Planet Telegram that's going down?
I'm super not a fan of Sean. I said that publicly a bunch of times. I mean,
he just doubles down. He says like really blatantly racist shit that just kind of just.
What is happening? I want to hear drama.
I don't know. He's always just posting like pretty racist stuff constantly, and then he like, I don't know. He always has like a joke, or he's like, he never really apologizes. He just kind of like doubles down on his shitty opinions. Like he said, like he called like all Islamic people terrorists. He's like, well, maybe not all Islamic people are terrorists, but all terrorists are Islamic. And it's just like, that's not true at all. What about all the fucking domestic terrorist white dudes shooting up public places in America? The fucking Christian. It's not. I don't know. He's like, he has a bunch of whack takes. He said like black people are uncivilized and black people can't compare with white culture. He said like he said a bunch of just like horrifyingly racist things, and then like doesn't really ever find the mark of apologizing for them.
Yeah,
Sean is the creator of
it too, and he just kind of like chuckles it off. Yeah,
he's been banned from most of the telegrams I'm in because he's toxic and racist. But he's the creator of Coronaverse, which I don't really like his collection, but I think I dislike him more than his artwork. But when you put that shit together, it's kind of just like, yeah, fuck this guy and his collection. But he's always getting into beefs, and I guess something's going on in the Telegram chat with him right now. He also like kisses the ass of the Blue Wizard. The Blue Wizard is the biggest collector of his collection, and the Blue Wizard is a known scammer in the space.
Yeah, that's something you want to be proud of.
So he's like constantly defending the Blue Wizard and like sucking up to him just because he buys his shit. And he whaled him into our planet too, because the Blue Wizard is the biggest stake in our planet. So he like kissed the ass of a scammer to get his way into our planet, and then now just shills constantly that has dropped stake for a certain ether an hour, like Ken Bozak did back in the day. And
good luck doing that in a couple weeks.
He's a shitty dude, and the way he runs his collection is shitty, but that's my opinion.
It's
obviously
everybody has
their own opinion.
All right, so and before I wrap up or get too off track here, let me share this again. Last week we added some wax and USDT to the liquidity pool here, and this week I want to know how we've done so far. So we added 44.9 wax and $4.38 to the pool. It's currently let's see, 44.9 30. Oh, is that 36?
That's
hold on, is it
like 12 cents? 11
Okay,
cents?
it's 36.4 cents, not 38. Seeing this incorrectly. So yeah, it's up 11.55 cents on the wax dollar side here, but down 0.9, on the wax side. So like, let's take a look here. We started with about like, what was this, like 88, 89, let's say like 90 wax ish. I take this right now and go to swap, and then take a look at what I can swap that for. Wax USDT. I would get 43 back, so then I would be at 43.788 plus 44. So right now it's not much movement here. It's also the price of wax has been more or less stable in this week. Let's take a look at the week. We're looking at liquidity's come up quite a bit. That's nice, 27% more liquidity, but the price this week is kind of like, okay, not doing much, 5%. And then if we look at volume, we can see how much money had moved through this. Let's change this to a cash value so it's a little easier to understand the value. Like $209 it looks like on this day. So we're getting each of these days, each transaction, we are getting 0.3% of that money, and of all that money we own 0.25% of everything. So we get 0.25% of 0.3% of every single trade that goes through this pool by simply having this position. Right now, like I said, I think the prices of stuff is probably going to continue to go down. What we should see if price of wax drops is the amount of USDT in this position going down, as the USDT is used to buy more wax at a cheaper price. That'll happen automatically if the price of wax falls and the price of USDT stays at 1. So I'm going to keep this position running for another week, see where we are next week, and then based on the market conditions, then decide if we want to stay 50% hedged in cash and exposed to this pool, or if we want to then like maybe migrate into a different, possibly more aggressive yield earning strategy. But for now, we're pretty much waiting. Let's see, we still have some 6.5. So we're trying to grow from 100 wax here. Right now, just participating in this pool hasn't really done much, but it's a longer term process anyway. I just wanted to check in on it right now. But again, I think the wax price, it's possible it goes down for where like 10 or 11 cents. I think we could fall back to 8 cents pretty easily. And if that happens, that's 20% price shift that buys into wax on the way down on an average here, with an additional sourcing fee added to it. So that's kind of what I want to happen. So let's see what does happen.
Vodka says, Max, go trade spread on Alcort's the best strategy to go to 1,000 wax, then do true trading.
Okay, let's do that. Should we do it just for wax USDT? That might be a good move here.
Valor and Vellum said, is it even worth signing up for Telegram account at this point? Or is it basically like the Facebook for NFT communities now? There are a lot of communities that are Telegram only, but I don't know. It's impossible to keep up with everything, but most people that have bigger projects are on Discord at this point. There's a couple communities like Ultra Rare and Atomic Kings that live on Telegram primarily, but they have a bot that links them, so you can kind of find it on Discord. But like the Pizzeria project I'm in is only on Telegram. Wax On, Wax Off is only on Telegram, but there's only a handful of things that actually follow on Telegram.
Yeah, there's a couple like Telegram-based games, like Monster Strike has like a Telegram game, and I guess Graffiti King has his like alleged Telegram game. Not that I'm really endorsing that in any way, shape, or form, but
Pocket says set first bid order, then once you're filled, you sell on pool and get more wax.
Oh, I see. You want to? Oh yeah, okay. I can't do that super inactively though, since the goal is to do it passively and just act once a week. But what I could do is like stack some prices on both sides of this and then try to sell the spread here, which would, if we waited a week and it all fills, that would get us at least 8% in a week based on the current spread of this, which we can then just basically do by doing very small scale market making, which is putting buy and sell orders at the same time. So right now the spread right here is 7.9%. That means that's the difference between the highest ask and the lowest bid. So what I can do is undercut both of them. Like here we have 6.97 is the price. If I want to go 6.96 and buy wax, that means sell the USDT. That puts me at 41. So let's do that with 50% of this. Let's do that. Then I have an order sitting here on the order book. Oh, what was that? What didn't it like that?
It said your order was filled.
Oh, it filled already. Okay, that's why I'm not seeing it. Okay, so somebody's bot is eating my order right away. So I'll just add to this fucking order then. Let's see, we got this. So I'll go on the other opposite end now. I wanted to do that for 50% of my wax. I bought 2.2, so I want 2.2 back. So this is going to cost me less wax than it did a second ago to fill that first order. I'll sell this. I used to do this on what is it, like Neo, and I used to trade between Neo and gas over and over and over again. Let's see, we'll do this, and then I can go lower. Let's see, let's go here, 9.1. Let's bring this up to 9.2. And let's do another. $23. Let's place this order here. Sign manually. Done. And then here it drops to 8. Very little depth. Very little like liquidity depth. So I'm just gonna go 8.1. 8.1 and put the rest of my wax up for dollars, or buy dollars with my wax. Oh, what am I? I'm fucking like confused here. I'm doing it on the wrong side. I wanted to do this guy instead. So I'll go here.
The strategy is how I made money on Wax Arena. One of the few people to make money on Wax Arena because that game.
Okay, here we go. So 8. Go 8. 5. Buy some wax.
I use Telegram only for a few specific chats, but I don't know. I don't mind chatting in Discord personally.
And then 9.
What is happening on? Thank you for subscription, Cryptomnesiacs.
Oh, Prime subscription. Thanks for the Bezos bucks.
We'll take the Bezos bucks. I think we should start wrapping this up pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's not super engaging content of you.
Yeah.
Margin trading. I want to do one more giveaway too before.
Yeah. So here, I guess we can kind of like phase out from here, and I can do all the rest of this like off screen. But you can see here these little like wedges are the orders that I have. The goal is to put a few of them within like a range on both sides of this market. So I'm going to have a few here and then a few going up here. We'll check back in next week, and then ideally the market will have moved and filled all of our orders, and we'll have the take home as the spread between the orders. The buy and the sell orders will be our profit.
Because you put buy and sell orders on both sides.
Yeah, so here's the buy orders. Let's say I got 2 of them here. So then let's put one on here for sell. Yeah, let's do 50% of this. So this is like manual market making, where you're just filling the order book on both sides, and there's a difference between your buy and your sell price. As the market moves, your orders fill and what your profit like you just reset the orders every time they fill basically, but as your take home profit is the difference between the buy and the sell spread. So you can, depending on how much the market moves, you can actually reset these orders sometimes within like a day or within a few hours.
Is this something that can be passive though, like a once a week activity? That's
you have to actively do it once a week. I wouldn't call it passive, but
yeah, I guess, but it is something. Is it realistic and worthwhile to do this, say, once a week, since we're trying to play that into this whole experiment here?
Well, the whole idea Max is trying to do right now is to like hedge against wax going down and buy back more. So this is just a way to stack more while doing that.
I'm out of CPU. Yeah, I guess I'll have to do the CPU thing later. But yeah, basically now that I have should have orders sitting on both sides, I can come back next week and see okay, did those sell, or which ones sold, which ones didn't, and then reset the ones that sold at a slightly different margin, and then come back a week later and trade that way.
Yeah, part of our thing is Max is trying to only do this once a week, so he's not doing a bunch of trades off camera, so you can follow his moves, or at least see everything he's doing, so it's not like, oh yeah, I did 500 trades while you weren't watching, and that's how I made all my wax.
Yeah,
exactly. Then we're not really teaching anyone how to fish here.
The idea though would be, stack the book on both sides, and then as you see these, these candles are fluctuating up and down, if you have orders like fill, and then you're resetting them, but 10% higher every time on the way down. Like here, as the price goes down, it's like, oh, all these orders are filling, and I'm resetting them on the other side. Now when the market climbs again, oh, all my orders that are refilled, that are reset, are filling again, and my take home again is the spread between an order filled here, I'm going to reset it here, and then next one down filled, I'll reset it, but here, which is relative to where it filled, slightly higher. And so you'd kind of just keep manually doing that if you wanted to manually market make. And the more volatility, the more up and down you're seeing in these kind of charts, the more opportunity you have to, get both sides of your equation filled.
So that's what you're saying, where with immature markets, there's more volatility and these sorts of strategies are more advantageous because of that.
I mean, right now you can see, just looking at the spread here alone, it's 8% between just right now, if you made yourself the top bid and the top ask, you would be both of those orders. And there's an 8% spread, which is a respectable take-home spread for this type of market making. If you go on Coinbase right now, the spread is probably 0.2%. Mm-hmm. So in order to do the same exact strategy on a more mature market,
less liquidity, easier to move in either direction. When there's more liquidity, you have to spend more, so it's tighter together.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other opportunity for immature markets is in arbitrage. There's just way less arbitrage when there's more people paying attention, because people fill the opportunities before they, can be acted on manually, honestly. You really have to have bots to do arbitrage trading on more mature markets.
Address this. Kush Dubs says it's great content. I wasn't trying to say that what Max is saying is not important or not great content. We've just been going for 2 hours and 12 minutes. There's generally diminishing returns on teaching technical things once you've been going for a couple hours. It's hard for people to actually absorb all the knowledge. So I'm mainly trying to wrap it up for that reason, not because I don't think what Max is saying is productive or good for people to learn. But we've been going for 2 hours. I also wanted to make some oatmeal and eat. So
I do agree. It gets really hard to for people to follow along with technical stuff for more than an hour. I feel like it's just, in general, I can't do that if I don't know something, I'm learning something. It's I do like a breakneck, fast-paced thing, but only for about an hour.
Yeah, I think there's a diminishing return just physically on your ability to consolidate that much high-level information. I think it's I think there's studies that say basically you have about 3 hours of good critical thinking work in you a day. So depending on the kind of line of work that you're in, the 8-hour workday is kind of flawed in that premise, because the actual productivity of the work you're getting is closer to 3 hours rather than 8, which is actually why you see a correlation between the same, if not higher, productivity from people working from home versus in the office.
Yeah. I understand this part too. It's that's a new industry. I think a lot of people get into this stuff without any real background in like equity trading or like understanding even what we're looking at when you're looking at one of those like
some people just
algo
got into this
markets.
to collect Funkos. They don't know anything
Exactly,
about crypto. And that's sort of what we try to do on our channel is like, whether you know it or not, you're invested in Wax. The second you buy a Wax NFT, that's a token on the blockchain. Every NFT is a token, and tokenomics are important, and like crypto stuff is important. I mean, unless you just don't care about money at all and only interested in collecting stuff. But I mean, most people would prefer to sell stuff for more than they paid for it and not be losing money constantly. So we try to like at least give you the tools to understand how these markets work.
Yeah, and it's a fascinating industry. Like, holy shit, it gets so cool.
How do y'all feel about this? I won a pack on stream yesterday. The streamer opened the pack, and there's an insane epic pool worth 700 wax, and he kept it for himself and gave me the rares. The pack was gifted to him from the collection creator for giveaways. I think that's kind of shitty, unless like
that's super shitty. Unless the creator of that pack was like on stream telling the guy not to give that thing away. Which
that happened to us. Mark took the best thing out of a pack we pulled.
He told me to.
Yeah, which I was still like, you should have insisted.
On stream and told us directly. But unless the creator is on stream and encourages the project creator to take it, then I think that's kind of shitty. Like, we give away everything that's in our wallet unless specified by the creators that we're supposed to keep it. Like, Valor and Vellum has also sent us a couple packs, and she's been like, send one to each of your team members. And same with the Blockchain Brawlers, not the Blockchain Brawlers, the Music Mobile packs that we're giving away. We were given 13 packs. 10 of them are for giveaways, and we have one for each team member. So those, like, we do what the people who send them to us say. So we each got one, but unless specified by the people sending us the giveaways that we should keep them, we give away everything sent to us.
Yeah, I think that's the key. That's what people are saying in the chat too. It's like, you know, the streamer can do whatever the streamer wants, but if you're trying to do this with integrity, if it's stated beforehand, hey, look, I'm giving away this pack, I'm going to open it on stream, and I'm going to give away the contents, and then you give away some of the contents, not all, that's just lying. That would call that fraud, you know?
I would call that false advertising.
False advertising.
Let me get to sound
like, but if they're like, hey, I'm going to give away this pack, whoever wins, I'm going to, you know, I may keep one or two. I would still think that's kind of shitty, but if they said it beforehand, at least you know what you're going to get.
They're like, I'll keep the good shit. And...
false advertising.
But yeah, either way,
fraud.
That just seems like you can't cherry pick that stuff. Like, I'm giving this away, but only if there's good stuff. I think that's really kind of disingenuous and borderline lying. Well, actually, just or lie by omission by just keeping it vague and be like, hey, sorry, this is just how I roll here. That seems like a bullshit giveaway to me.
It feels a little like underhanded. Like, I don't know. It feels like you misrepresented what the giveaway was. It wasn't like, oh, I'm opening a pack, and if anything good is in it, I keep the good shit and I'll give you the rest. That, like, I'd be less interested in that giveaway from the front end. But
the other thing is, when we did it on our stream, our pack, it was never like one person will get all of the contents of this pack. That was never said before we opened the pack. It was like, we will open the pack and then separately give away the contents of this pack to some people.
In my defense, like, he was so insistent. Like, we weren't trying to take it. He's like, no, you absolutely should keep this. No. So he was very insistent that we keep it, or keep that one.
He was. Although I will say, he said you should keep it because you pulled such shitty stuff on the pack that you bought, and he thought that your shit pull was my shit pull. Just so you know, so I can throw a little salt in.
Do you want it, Max? I'll send it to you right now.
I have a bunch. I bought a bunch of purple stuff.
Jesus.
This is how Neon Space breaks up on Steam over that pack.
I just want to give you shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that pack is that's the wedge.
But yeah, people send stuff to our wallet all the time, and only recently have people been like, no, we really want you to have one so you can play. But otherwise, if it hits Give.Neon, it's going to someone that's not us.
Yeah, I mean, you can check the transaction history of that wallet. It's about 99.9% being sent to wallets that are not our wallets.
And it's the same thing. Like, we've specifically said we do not, like, we don't sell Neon Space NFTs. We buy our own drops. We don't save packs for ourselves for our own collection. And if you see us flipping that stuff, like, call us out on it, because, like, we said we were going to do that. You know, and we're not trying to go back on our word, but, you know, I do think holding people accountable is important too.
And that's also, like, the reason that's sketchy is because if we buy our own drops, the money goes back to us. I mean, there's the whatever small market fee, but you're basically like pumping your own sale to make it look like there's more demand than there is. And then after the sale sells out, if you list your own things in the aftermarket, you're the one that manipulated the market to make it look like it's selling out, and then you're profiting from that. And that's kind of fucked up when creators do that. So we like to collect our stuff and we like to buy our own stuff, but one of our rules on our team is we're not allowed to list anything from Neon Space. So if we buy Neon Space stuff, it stays in our wallet forever. So it's like a vault, and then that does create value for our collectors because then there's less of it on the market. But yeah, if you see other creators doing that, that's kind of a shady thing to be doing. Nick from Gnomes definitely fucking does that. It's another reason.
Yeah, honestly, I would just say the best thing you can control is like, hey, I'm not going to watch this streamer anymore. And if anyone's going to ask me what are good streamers to watch, I would say avoid this guy because he does shit like this. Unfortunately, that's the best retaliation or best move you can do is like, I'm not going to support you because I don't agree with that giveaway practice, and I think it's disingenuous and whatever.
Yeah. Gift.neon is just a wallet that we own, so it's like a custodial wallet that we have custody of.
Anyone can send.
Yes.
The thing that I put though is if you want us to promote something, send me a message and let me know, because sometimes people send us shit and I'm just like, I will say on air, I'm like, I don't know what this collection is. This could be a rug pull. I don't fucking know, but like have fun with it. But if you tell me what the project is, then I can give a better like when somebody sent me the Space Cats, so like, hey, I just sent you the Space Cats. Can you look at their like project before giving it away? So then I like showed the website and I read the white paper and stuff, so we could like figure out what it was before giving it away. So if you care about like trying to promote a project and you're trying to give us something, definitely let me know beforehand. But we do give away 100% of whatever people send to that wallet unless specified otherwise.
Yeah. Also, we give it away to real people. Not like even if a bot wins, they're not getting it. So.
Yeah, I bet every single wallet. Oh, I was gonna do one more giveaway before we ended this.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool
unless
shit
it's a good
happening.
giveaway, then we're gonna keep it.
Yeah.
I want to give stuff away, but not good stuff.
Actually,
You can pick up the scraps. Like that's such a weird thing.
So this is a NFT from Burst of Energy, Atomic Kings. Let me promote his channel here in case you're not following him. But this is you can see there it is backed by 50 wax. Shit, I got bad playing. So if you win this, you can burn this and you get 50 wax, which is probably what I'd recommend doing because I don't think it's worth 50 wax. And that's what Burst said too. He's like intending on you to burn this if you win it. Actually, they're worth 30 wax.
Damn.
This is the good talk from Atomic Kings, but this will be our last giveaway before we sign off today.
There's some arbitrage opportunities for you. Just buy it and burn it.
I don't think they're all back though.
Oh, okay. Only some. Okay.
Yeah. Good talk. I like that. I was just like, I think he sent us that just when he like popped in for a chat, and then it was like, all right.
Yeah. How was rolling solo on Friday, Max? I didn't mean to leave you hanging there, but I had to start doing this funny thing.
I hit up Birth and I was like, you gonna help me stream? And
you guys have a little spice session then?
We chatted it up about. Yeah.
I got an angry DM, so I can answer that. Yes, they did get spicy because I got yelled at for it.
Yeah, we got Lewis in trouble.
Lewis wasn't even there and he got yelled at?
Yeah.
I got yelled at. I got in trouble for what Burst said on our stream. I was like, hey, man, you can go tell Burst about this. I don't control what Burst says. And guess what? Burst is not even on our team. So you can't even get mad at Neon Space for stuff Burst says. That's like, take that shit to Burst DMs. Why are you DMing me about what somebody else
at least go to the source, man. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
He was talking some shit about Reaper Factory, so they were not happy about it.
We were getting pretty... they were talking some shit.
What you
We're
said,
like, they had sold
wrong.
7 packs.
Yeah, they've sold 7 or 8 packs for their entire sale, and then he was like, "There's like 7 people on the team, or they just one person each bought a pack, and that's all they've sold."
Yeah. It's like there's 8 people on the team, and they sold 7 packs total. Yeah, we were talking shit, but I feel like
probably get a DM about that. Sorry, Reaper Factory, if you're spying on me again.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and then we were just talking like shooting the shit about like the NFT NYC kind of like stuff and just general what's going down, and then showing off some of the games. I forget I had to pick up a fucking NFT for that game, but I didn't.
I feel like Burst always shows off Moonstones when he's on our stream.
Yeah, he tries to push us on Moonstones a lot. Although those look kind of fun. I mean, I know Sammy. I wonder if Sammy's still playing since he pulled that like mega super rare thing, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wonder. Sammy, I feel like is a busy guy.
I will say to Reaper Factory's defense, I did see a gameplay video, and they do have a functional game. I had said before I had not seen gameplay, and that's what I said on our stream. And that's when I like hit him up. I was like, everything I said is just like what we have talked about directly, and like I didn't wasn't saying anything mean besides what I literally told him directly to his face in the DMs. And he was like, well, it wasn't you, it was Burst. But I will say I saw it gameplay, and they do have a functional game. It's on testnet, not on mainnet, but they didn't build nothing, so I'll give them that much.
Yeah, Battle Loop is what I was looking at. That's true. Yeah, Burst was playing Battle Loop, and it looks pretty cool.
The main problem with Reaper sales is just too expensive. They're trying to sell packs for like $150.
Jesus, wow.
That's like the medium-sized pack. There's an even more expensive pack than that.
Damn. Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, we got opinions. You can disagree or agree with those opinions, you know. I will admit, though, I definitely we make fun of what's his face, Serial Killed from Green Rabbit, because he was talking about how he spies in our Discord or whatever. See, we talk shit about Green Rabbit or whatever. So ever since then, I was like, I sometimes snoop in other Discords and spy for us just to see what other people are saying.
Oh, and have you found any?
I do some casual spying.
Oh, and you got any espionage to share?
Not really. No, people don't really say anything bad. So most of the time it's just people sharing our stream and hey, these guys are live talking about this. So so far not too much spice outside of our little space here.
I mean, I got a report when they're talking shit about us in BDAO server. Princess Phoenix tagged me and said, hey, you should go fucking tell these guys to shut up. And so I guess we have spies too.
Nice. A little birdie told me.
I got my ear to pulse. Don't talk shit about me, or people will let me know, and I will talk shit about you on stream.
Lewis is like the spider. He's got his eyes and ears.
Yeah. Like what is it, Varus?
Varus.
Yeah, Sir Varus.
I don't know. I am a big fan of hashing stuff out publicly. Like somebody's like,
yeah,
somebody in BDAO servers like, oh, you should DM with stuff about that. I'm like, no, like I want everybody to know when I defend myself and when I accuse people. Like I'm not trying to like. I think it's better to air stuff out publicly so everybody can make up their own minds with what's going on.
Yeah,
and,
if people are upset, it's like, hey, like I don't want anyone to be upset. So like, let's talk through it. Like not have to throw insults, but like clearly you're bothered by something. So let's just talk through it. And then you kind of close the loop on it. It's not just letting their like hanging on
Yeah, and I will say after all that person apologized to me and I was like, also sorry if I offended you for what I said in BDO stream. We squashed the beef. So I think it actually ended up being good. And
wipe the slate.
I'm not in this space to try to make enemies. And like, I also feel like I usually come from a pretty reasonable point of view. It just sometimes people don't watch all of our stream to know my point of view. And they'll like take something out of context and think I'm being an asshole. So like, that's why I wanted to go and explain more so than I was like, I don't know. I'm happy with how that ended. I feel good about it. And I think the people that I had beef with are okay with me now. So there is no more beef. Also, I like BDO. I think BDO does good things for the space. He does way more promoting of good projects than bad projects. And like, as I said, if you don't like somebody's interviewing, just don't watch the interview. Like, no reason to go trash him or tell him he sucks. Because there was a bit of that going on, and I felt bad because like we did kind of talk trash about Crypto Enjoyer being on a stream, but then a bunch of people like hounded BDO about it, and he was getting a bunch of flack. And it was like, you can disagree with him without like attacking him, I guess, which I think some of the attacking was because of we got people so worked up on our stream, so I felt bad about that, so I wanted to go to try to defuse the situation in his room.
Yeah.
You're a good mediator.
I agree, though. Like, hashing shit out publicly is the way to go. Like, lets people see what the resolution is without you just having to come back and be like, no, it's cool. We're cool now. but
It also lets people
not
make up their own
live.
mind. If you don't hash it out and you both disagree, they can at least see where you stand publicly. So somebody can't just
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, I said this, and then he was an asshole." It's like, no, you saw everything I said, and like the audience can make up their mind whether I'm right or wrong.
Yeah. Nice.
BDO actually hit me up. They have a drop coming up that they want to promote, and they're gonna do that through us. So
Ooh, nice.
we're definitely cool. And I also talked to BDO. I was like, I hope nothing Burst and I said on stream offended you. And he's like, no, I thought you guys were pretty reasonable. It's just all the flack that came at me from the people watching the stream. And I was like, yeah, like, which I did towards the end of the stream. I was like, hey, like, because there's a bunch of people in the chat, like, hounding BDO.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't, like, if you disagree with them, just don't watch it. Like, you don't need to, like, constantly press him for answers to explain himself. Like, so I know we're streamers. It's stressful as fuck when people come at you like that. A huge gang of people gang up on you. Like, I don't know. It was like when Green Rabbit was attacking me, that was stressful as fuck. I don't want like 25 people angry at me, like all saying I suck and I'm lying about stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it feels bad.
On the other end of that, it's not fun. And like the other thing is BDO is just doing what he thinks is best for Wax. We disagree on what we think is best for Wax, but like he's not doing it from a malicious place. And I don't know.
Yeah,
he's a very
definitely
positive guy too. Like he's a positive
Yeah.
streamer doing good things for Wax. So I don't have bad things to say about BDO. It's just I disagreed with the one guest he had on, so I didn't watch it. And that kind of spiraled into some crazy fucking thing. I don't know how that spiraled so out of control. That was like the most controversial opinion I've had is that I didn't want to watch that stream and had to explain why I didn't want to watch the stream for like 7 hours that day.
Yeah. That's funny.
Just a day in the life here at Neon Space.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's it. Most of my argument with my artist was behind the scenes after kicking his lazy ass. People immediately assumed I was the asshole. That's exactly why you want to do in public is so like so when stuff happens behind doors, it's like he said versus she said, and people are gonna like believe what they want to believe. But I'd rather have it all aired out so it's like, okay, you saw everything, and people, I don't know. I like to think people are generally pretty rational and can make up their minds when they see it go out and aren't gonna side against the people who are, I think, not in the wrong. But it is what it is, and I'm glad that I feel like our community and BDO's community is cool again. I have no hostility. I hope you guys don't have hostility towards them. BDO is the best marble announcer in the game. I don't think anybody can dispute that. Congratulations.
Do better. Do better.
Do better.
Yeah.
Any other inquiries can be directed at Jeff, our lawyer. Jeff, Jeff, please handle any legal inquiries. Thank you.
The other thing I'll say is BDO was in the chat earlier and he said he learned from us. Like BDO supports our stream and he's watching. Like he supports all the streamers. Like BDO's a good guy.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
But just because Mark missed it, I thought I would kind of close with that. But I wasn't trying to rehash it. But I think we ended on a positive note with all that stuff as much as drama. It was a pretty dramatic day as far as like all the chats. It was really Crypto Enjoyer. Crypto Enjoyer just got people real fucking worked up, including myself, because he has gaslighted me personally, so I feel personally slighted by him, which I tend to get a little more emotional in my chats when I think somebody's trying to fuck me and my community over. So,
yeah, it's fun
anyway,
drama.
I sent 3 out of 4 of the prizes already. I'll send Random King this last prize after the stream, and I don't know, maybe we'll do some more Fall Guys tonight. We've been doing Fall Guys with our community.
That was a lot of fun. I've been enjoying that a
super
lot.
Fun.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's trying to play Fall Guys or play some NFT games.
The private games back online, or is that not a thing anymore still?
Private games are back online, so tomorrow we'll try to do our first
shit.
private round, I guess, because tomorrow's game night. So
Okay.
we'll try to do a private round
So
tomorrow
like
and do
pulled
NFT
in,
games.
did some fixes, and then brought it back.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Stuff's kind of back and forth because it's so new and it's cross-platform between 4 platforms. They're just having minor adjustments. There's been a patch almost every time I've launched the game in the last week, but Jolly says, hit me up if you play some Fall Guys. I definitely will. Yeah, we'll stream Fall Guys tomorrow, Len.
Yeah, and so we tried to do it last week, but they pulled the public games that you could, or the private big group games you could do. So we're gonna do that again tomorrow now that it's back. So we'll have a join code, and then we could have up to 60 people. I don't know how 60, but it'll be a lot.
And yeah, we don't do an everyone announcement or anything. On a swear it's not like a ping announcement. But if you just check the general channel, we'll start posting pictures of Fall Guys and stuff and talk about it. We also generally live chat in the rounds because there's no text chat in Fall Guys, so we kind of use our general chat for that. But
Yeah, because I mean, it depends on our energy levels here. I mean, a lot of times it's not like we'll be in voice chat or anything. We could, depending on.
I get pretty burned out. I also like to listen to podcasts and stuff while playing. So like, I'll voice chat if people really want me to. But I've been talking for like, I mean, Max did a lot of talking today, but still probably talked for like an hour straight today. So
yeah,
I generally need some cooldown time, and playing video games for me is a cooldown time. But when you throw that into also having to like, I don't know, I feel like some sort of obligation to be somewhat entertaining when I'm on the mic and like broadcasting that way. So I feel like it puts an unwanted pressure on me when I'm just trying to have fun playing video games. So it might be a pressure I put on myself and nobody gives a fuck, but I just find it easier to voice chat when we're playing games. But yeah, we'll post in Discord. I'm gonna eat after this. I'm gonna make myself some oatmeal, but it'll probably be like 30 or 40 minutes, and then I'm down to play some Fall Guys for sure. So let's play some Buying the Dip, and let's get out of here.
Yeah, Buying the Dip, baby.
I'm gonna remember to do LP rewards too.
Oh, dude, this song has taken such a new like special place in my heart now. I like feel Kevin's pain when he's like,
I do too.
Yeah, your boy
he's
Max.
Like, oh my god, what's happening?
But I'm with you, Max. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Just making those.
Yeah, that was us when the Horizon Bridge got hacked. That was where things went south pretty bad.
It's just, oh my god, what's happening?
It's like, are we jumping ship, fellas? Are we abandoning ship?
Dude,
like,
it was
yes,
so
we are.
intense to make those. Make that decision in this fucking within the first hour of that news.
That was so live. Intense. Like what our face looked like when we saw the post about $100 million in assets being taken from Harmony.
It's like, I remember Sid texted me like 4 minutes after it published, and he was like, "Isn't this the bridge that like we use on Harmony?" And it's just like, "Yes, it is." And like it got up like a time to fucking.
Found that shit fast too. Like Sid's on the ball.
Yeah, I was on my phone like watching TV, and I like saw the chats going by. Like, okay, this seems interesting. Okay, this seems alarming. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like, get on my computer. No.
Yeah. I put my Switch down and got the fuck up off my ass.
Or what's the guy who watched like the squid token or whatever? Like, and it's gone.
Oh, it's zero. That. Just went to zero.
You do that really quick before. That's a good one.
That's a short and sweet one.
I'm fucking shocked to see one token just like holding its own in the midst of
the fully not. So the market cap is $2.168 trillion. And now the market. Oh! It went to zero. Damn! There we go. Squid Games.
That's how we felt.
Sayonara, motherfucker! Oh!
Oh man.
That's a pretty good one. Whew. Oh, I got one more soundbite too. We got the.
I have overinvested by a lot.
That's how I felt when I was on Harmony, and I was like, "Oh, I have way too much money on this network for what just happened."
Your Neon Boys just lost lots of money.
The fact that we got out,
that's
with
okay.
The amount of the amount of hedging we did, like I'm proud of us. But like, fucking hell, what a nightmare scenario.
It still sucked.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's put a ribbon on this stream.
Yeah, baby.
Behind the Dip.
Oh man.
Yeah, we'll be in Discord, so hit us up in Discord. Let me do the link to Discord before we sign off, and I'll raid into someone else. And then we will be streaming tomorrow. We'll do Fall Guys. Thursday we have Consumer Break on, and then Friday we have Chain Champs. Chain Champs is doing the Chain Champs profile picture project, which I'm excited about. So we got 2 cool interviews this week, and shows at 12 p.m. every day until Saturday. Then we have the 2 p.m. show, which is Super Fun Saturday. And depending on if Max can get me that render, we might have a new blend this Saturday for Crypto Winter. But we'll post more about that in Discord. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Buy the dip or don't. Not financial advice, but you know.
Oh man, your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you, with you. Oh man, your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you. Here we go, come on, push it. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
First of all this whining by Wall Street is making me sick. 140% of GameStop was short. GameStop was short.
Really,
you can't allow Wall Street to short 75% of a stock. Crush these companies into the dirt. Thousands of stocks into the dirt. And when the individual makes money, everyone's up accept the fact that individual investors are playing the same game that you're playing and now you're losing.
Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening? Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, push it, push it, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
There's a lot of power in organization online. 2 million people can get together in a subreddit. I think it's really funny that the GameStop stock is going up and just affects the market in that way. There's 20,000 people live in a Discord who are spamming rocket emojis, yelling, "Go to the moon."
For some reason, I can't freaking figure out how to raid right now.
Go to the moon.
For some reason, it's not popping up that we're live, so I can't raid. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. That's real bad timing on my end, but Twitch was glitching out. Should we raid NFT Action News or Token Gamer? Let me see what they're streaming on Token Gamer. They're doing grub
Raid
fish.
raid the moon.
Raid Token Gamer. I know they do a lot of stuff with Forge Arena who I don't like, so hopefully they're not shilling that, but just be careful with Forge Arena. They're creator sketchy.
Yeah.
I like the guy from Token Gamer though. He hit me that he's like, "Oh, sign up for the new Overwatch beta." Like he sent me a DM when it reopened. So I was like, "Yeah, this guy knows what's up. He's a real gamer." Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll catch y'all later. Peace out. Have fun watching Token Gamer. He's doing grubfish right now.
See you. On the moon. Buying the dip.
Looks like he's doing Thetan Arena, not Forge Arena, so I'll allow it.
Thetan Arena's fun.